Fade in on computer screen. So close it has no boundaries. A blinding cursor pulses in the electric darkness like a heart coursing with phosphorus light, burning beneath the derma of black neon glass. A phone begins to ring. We hear it as though we were making the call. The cursor continues to throb, relentlessly patient until... Data now slashes across the screen, information flashing faster than we can read. Call transop, received. 2/1998, 13/24/18, recording, log.
Hey, you got everything in place?
On screen, trace program, running. We listen to the phone conversation as though we were on a third line. The man's name is Cypher, the woman, Trinity.
I said, is everything in place?
The entire screen with racing columns of numbers. Shimmering like green electric rivers, they rush at a 10-digit phone number in the top corner.
You weren't supposed to relieve me.
I know, but I felt like taking a shift.
The area code is identified. The first 3 numbers suddenly fixed, leaving only 7 flowing columns.
You like him, don't you? You like watching him.
We begin moving toward the screen, closing in as each number is matched, one by one, snapping into place like the wheels of a slot machine.
Yeah, how about you sit and spin there, bro? Don't be ridiculous.
You know we're gonna kill him, do you understand? He's gonna die just like the others.
Hey, Morpheus believes he's the one, alright?
Only 2 thin digits left.
Do you?
Listen, it don't matter what I believe.
You don't. Do you really?
Hey, if you got something to say, I suggest you say it to Morpheus.
I intend to, believe me. Someone's gotta.
The final number pops into place.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what?
On screen, trace complete. Call origin, 312-555-0690.
Are you sure this line is clean?
Yeah, of course I'm sure.
We move closer, the electric hum of the green numbers growing into an ominous roar.
I better go.
She hangs up as we pass through the numbers, entering the netherworld of the computer screen. Suddenly, a flashlight cuts open to the darkness and we find ourselves in interior, heart of the city hotel, night. The hotel was abandoned after a fire licked its way across the polyester carpeting, destroying several rooms as it spoiled set up the walls and ceiling, leaving patterns of permanent shadow. We follow 4 armed police officers using flashlights as they creep down the blackened hall and ready themselves on either side of room 303. The biggest one of them violently kicks in the door. The other cops pour in behind him, guns thrust before them.
Police, freeze! Hold on.
The room is almost devoid of furniture. There is a fold-up table and a chair with a phone, a modem, and a PowerBook computer. The only light in the room is the glow of the computer. Sitting there, her hand still on the keyboard, is Trinity, a woman in black leather.
Hands behind your head! Now! Do it!
She slowly puts her hands behind her head. Exterior, heart of the city hotel, night. A black sedan with tinted windows glides in through the police cruisers. Agent Smith, Agent Brown, and Agent Jones get out of the car. They wear dark suits and sunglasses even at night. They are also always hardwired, small Secret Service earphones in one ear, the cord coiling back into their shirt collars.
Lieutenant!
Ah, shit!
Lieutenant, you are given specific orders.
Hey, listen, I'm just doing my job. You give me that juris my dictionary, you can cram it up your ass.
Hey, the orders were for your protection.
Hey, listen, I think we can handle one sexy lady alone in a hotel, okay?
Agent Smith nods to Agent Brown as they start toward the hotel.
I sent in 2 units that are bringing it down to now.
No, Lieutenant. Your men, they are already dead.
Interior, heart of the city hotel. The big cop flicks out his cuffs, the other cop's holding a bead. They've done this 100 times. They know they've got her, until the big cop reaches with the cuffs and Trinity moves. It almost doesn't register, so smooth and fast, inhumanly fast. The eye blinks and Trinity's palm snaps up and the nose explodes, blood erupting. Her leg kicks with the force of a wrecking ball and he flies back, a 250-pound sack of limp meat and bone that slams into the cop farthest from her. Trinity moves again, bullets raking the walls. Flashlight sweeping with panic as the remaining cops try to stop a leather-clad ghost. A gun still in the cop's hand is snatched, twisted, and fired. There is a final violent exchange of gunfire, and when it's over, Trinity's the only one standing. A flashlight rocks slowly to a stop.
I have no idea where we are. I'm so sorry.
It's good, I need a break. That was a lot.
Exterior, heart of the city hotel. Agent Brown enters the hotel while Agent Smith heads for the alley. Interior, heart of the city hotel. Trinity's on the phone, pacing. The other end is answered.
Operator?
Shit, operator.
Morpheus or Tank. The line was straight. I don't know how.
I know. They cut the hard line. This line is not a viable exit.
Are there any agents?
Yes,
God damn it.
you have to focus. There's a phone. Wilson Lake. You can make it.
All right.
Go.
She drops the phone. Interior, hall. She bursts out of the room as Agent Brown enters the hall, leading another unit of police. Trinity races to the opposite end, exiting through a broken window onto the fire escape. Exterior, fire escape. In the alley below, Trinity sees Agent Smith staring at her. She can only go up. Exterior, on the roof, Trinity is running as Agent Brown rises over the parapet, leading the cops in pursuit. Trinity begins to jump from one roof to the next, her movements so clean, gliding in and out of each jump, contrasted to the wild jumps of the cops. Agent Brown, however, has the same unnatural grace. The roof falls away into a wide back alley. The next building is over 40 feet away, but Trinity's face is perfectly calm, staring at some point beyond the other roof.
That's it. We got her now.
The cops slow, realizing they're about to see something ugly as Trinity drives at the edge, launching herself into the air. From above, the ground seems to flow beneath her as she hangs in flight, then hits, somersaulting up, still running hard.
Jesus Christ, that's impossible.
They stare, slack-jawed, as Agent Brown duplicates the move exactly, landing, rolling over her shoulder up onto one knee. It is a dizzying chase up and over the dark plateaued landscape of rooftops and sheer cliffs of brick. Ahead, she sees her only chance, 50 feet above the point where her path drops away into a paved chasm. There is, exterior, window. A yellow glow in the midst of a dark brick building. Trinity zeroes in on it, running as hard as she can, and hurdles herself into the empty night space, her body leveling into a dive. She falls, arms covering her head as the whole world seems to spin on its axis. Interior, back stairwell. And she crashes with an explosion of glass and wood, then falls onto a back stairwell, tumbling, bouncing downstairs, bleeding, broken, but still alive.
Shit. I'm bleeding and broken, but still alive.
She wheels on the smashed opening above, her gun instantly in her hand, trained, waiting for Agent Brown, but is met by only a slight wind that hisses against the fanged maw of broken grass. Trinity tries to move. Everything hurts.
Oh my fucking God, I'm trying to move, but everything hurts. All right, Trinity. Okay, just get up. Okay.
She stands and limps down the rest of the stairs. Exterior, street. Trinity emerges from the shadow of an alley, and at the end of the block, in a pool of white streetlight, she sees it, the telephone booth. Obviously hurt, she starts down the concrete walk, focusing in completely, her pace quickening as the phone begins to ring. Across the street, a garbage truck suddenly U-turns, its tires screaming as it accelerates.
This is the
Trinity
worst
sees
case
the-
scenario.
Trinity sees the headlights of the truck arcing at the telephone booth as if taking aim. Gritting through the pain, she races the truck, slamming into the booth, the headlights blindingly bright, bearing down on the box of plexiglass just as she answers the phone. There is a frozen instant of silence before the hulking mass of dark metal lurches up onto the sidewalk, barreling through the booth, bulldozing it into a brick wall, smashing it into plexiglass pulp. After a moment, a black loafer steps down from the cab of the garbage truck. Agent Smith inspects the wreckage. There is no body. Trinity is gone. His jaw sets as he grinds his molars in frustration. Agent Jones and Brown walk up behind him.
She got out.
It doesn't matter.
The informant is real.
Yes.
We have the name of their next target.
The name. It's a Neo.
The handset of the payphone lays on the ground, separating the crash like a severed limb.
I will need a search surrounding.
It has already begun.
We are sucked towards the mouthpiece of the phone, closer and closer, until the smooth gray plastic spreads out like a horizon, and the small holes widen until we fall through one, swallowed by darkness. The darkness crackles with phosphorescent energy, the words searching, blazing around us as we emerge from a computer screen. The screen flickers with windowing data as a search engine runs with steady, relentless rhythm. We drift back from the screen and into, interior, Neo's apartment.
Who are you? Get out of here. Ugh. I must have been sleeping.
It is a studio apartment that seems overgrown with technology. Weed-like cables coil everywhere, duct tape into thickets that wind up and around the legs of several desks. Tabletops are filled with cannibalized equipment that lay open like an autopsied corpse. At the center of this technological rat nest is Neo, a man who knows more about living inside a computer than outside one. He is asleep in front of his PC. Behind him, the computer screen suddenly goes blank. A prompt appears. "Wake up, Neo." Neo's eyes pry open. He sits up, one eye closed, looking around, unsure of where he is. He notices the screen. He types Control X, but the letter T appears.
That's not what I pressed. Why would that happen? I know computers. This is not supposed to happen.
He hits another and an H appears. He keeps typing, pushing random functions and keys while the computer types out a message as though it had a mind of its own. He stops and stares at the 4 words on the screen. "The Matrix has you."
What the hell?
He hits the escape button. Another message appears. "Follow the white rabbit." He hits it again and the message repeats. He rubs his eyes, but when he opens them, there is another message. "A knock, a Neo." Someone knocks on his door, and he almost jumps out of his chair. He looks back at the computer, but the screen is now blank.
Someone at my
Someone
door.
knocks again. Neo rises, still
Just a
unnerved.
minute. It's gonna take me a minute to open my door. The person who was at my door is not here. Okay. I really expected this to happen with like no issues like this. I don't know what I was thinking. I just woke up. I'm really
I know,
disoriented.
it's her fault.
You got the money?
Yes, $2,000.
He takes out an envelope and gives it to Neo through the cracked door.
Hold on.
He closes the door. On the floor near his bed is a book, Baudrillard's Simulacra and Simulations. The book has been hollowed out and inside are several computer disks. He takes one, sticks the money in the book, and drops it on the floor. Opening the door, he hands the disc to Choi.
Hallelujah, you are my savior, man. My own personal Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If you get caught using that,
I know. This never happened, and you don't exist.
right.
Neo nods as a
Something
stranger.
wrong, man? You look a little whiter than usual.
I don't know. My computer, you ever have the feeling that you're not sure if you're awake or you're still dreaming?
All the time. It's called marinara, and it's the only way to fly. It sounds to me like you need to unplug, man. A little R&R. What do you think, Dujour? Should we take him with us?
Definitely.
Oh, guys, I can't. I gotta be at work tomorrow. It's late.
Come
I don't know
on,
what time it is.
it'll be fun. I promise.
He looks up at her and suddenly notices on her black leather motorcycle jacket dozens of pins. Bands, symbols, slogans, military medals, and a small white rabbit. The room tilts.
Actually, yeah. I'll go.
Interior, apartment. An older apartment, a series of halls connects a chain of small, high-ceilinged rooms lined with heavy casements. Smoke hangs like a veil, blurring the few lights there are. Dressed predominantly in black, people are everywhere, gathered in cliques around pieces of furniture like jungle cats around a tree. Neo stands against a wall, alone, sipping from a bottle of beer, feeling completely out of place. He was about to leave when he notices a woman staring at him. The woman is Trinity. She walks straight up to him.
Look at that broad.
Hello, Neo.
Hey, you looking at me? You look like you have something to say to me.
I know. Listen, shut up. I know a lot about you. I've been wanting to meet you for some time.
I get that a lot.
I bet. My name is Trinity.
Trinity? Like the Trinity? The Trinity that cracked the IRS D base?
All right, dweeb, that was a long time ago.
Jesus!
What?
I just thought that you were a guy.
Yeah, listen, your mama knows.
I'm a little embarrassed. Do you want to go somewhere and talk?
No, it's safe here and I don't have much time.
The music is so loud that they must stand very close, talking into each other's ear.
Was that you on my computer? How did you do that?
Right now, all I can tell you is you are in danger. I brought you here to warn you.
Warn me? Warn me of what?
They're watching you, Neo.
Who? Who's watching
Please,
me?
shut up. Listen, just listen. I know why you're here. I know what you've been doing. I know why you're staying up late, playing those meet and fuck detective games, you know, at Hentai Zone, what's the name, Zone 10. I know why you hardly sleep, why you live alone, and why night after night you sit at your computer. You're looking for him.
Her body is against his, her lips very close to his ear.
I know because I was once looking for the same thing. But when he found me, he told me I wasn't really looking for him. I was looking for an answer.
There's a hypnotic quality to your voice. I feel the words like a drug seeping into me.
Yeah, I know. I have that effect on literally every person I've ever met. It's the well, let's shut up. It's the question that drives us. The question that brought you here. You know the question just as I did.
What is the Matrix? Is
When
that the
I asked
question?
him,
Oh,
that-
sorry.
yes, correct. You got it, kid. But here we go. When I asked him, he said that no one could ever be told the answer to that question. They have to see it to believe it.
She leans
The
in close, her lips almost touching his ear.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to come right back to you. The answer is out there, Neil, and it's looking for you, and it will find you if you want it to.
She turns and he watches her melt into the shifting wall of bodies. A sound rises steadily, growing out of the music, pressing onto Neo until it is all he can hear as we cut to interior, Neo's apartment. The sound is an alarm clock, slowly dragging Neo to consciousness. He strains to read the clock face, 9:15 a.m.
Ah, shit! I overslept. I was up late, and I gotta go to work.
Exterior skyscraper, the downtown office of Metacortex, a software development company.
I thought my boss would be here. I was worried about my boss. There's my boss. Boss. I'm sorry, boss.
Interior, Metacortex office. The main offices are along each wall, the windows overlooking downtown. Reinhardt, the ultimate company man, lectures Neo without looking at him, typing at his computer continuously. Neo stares at two window cleaners at a scaffolding outside, dragging the rubber squeegees down the surface of the glass.
Ha un problema con l'autorità, signor Anderson. Credi di essere speciale, che in qualche modo le regole non si applicano a te. Ovviamente ti sbagli.
His long bony fingers resume clicking the keyboard.
Questa azienda è una delle migliori società di software al mondo, perché ogni singolo dipendente capisce di essere parte di un tutto. Pertanto, se un dipendente ha un problema, l'azienda ha un problema.
He turns again.
È giunto il momento di fare una scelta, signor Anderson. O scegli di essere alla tua scrivania in orario da oggi in poi, o scegli di trovarti un altro lavoro. Sono stato chiaro?
Yeah, boss. Perfectly clear.
Interior, Neo's cubicle. The entire floor looks like a human honeycomb, with a labyrinth of cubicles structured around a core of elevators.
Another day, another dollar. Am I right? I just feel like a cog in the system.
Hey, Ms. A. Thomas Anderson.
Neo signs the electronic pad and the FedEx guy hands him the soft pack.
Hey, you have a good one. Don't jack off at your station.
He opens the bag. Inside is a cellular phone. It seems the incident is in his hand. It rings. Unnerved, he flips it open.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Neo. Do you know who this is?
Morpheus?
I've been looking for you, Neo. I don't know if you're ready to see what I want to show you, but unfortunately, we have to run out of time. They're coming for you, Neo, and I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Who's coming for me?
Stand up and see for yourself.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to stand up. Please hold. I look over there. It's Agent Smith.
Do it slowly.
Oh.
The elevator.
His head peeks up over the partition. At the elevator, he sees Agent Smith, Agent Brown, and Agent Jones leading a group of cops. A female employee turns and points out Neo's cubicle. Neo ducks.
Holy shit!
Yes.
One cop stays at the elevator. The others follow the agents.
What the hell do they want with me?
I'm not sure. But if you don't want to find out, you better get out of here.
How? How?
I can get you out. But you have to do exactly what I say.
The agents are moving quickly towards the cubicle.
The cubicle across from you is empty.
But what if...
Go now.
Neo lunges across the hall, diving into the other cubicle just as the agents turn into his row. Neo crams himself into a dark corner, clutching the phone tightly to him.
Stay here for a moment.
The agents enter Neo's empty cubicle. A cop is sent to search the bathroom. Morpheus's voice is a whisper in Neo's ear.
A little longer.
Brown is talking to another employee.
You see this fucking Anderson guy anywhere?
When I tell you, go to the end of the road to the first office on the left. Stay as slow as you can.
Sweat trickles down his forehead.
Now.
Neo rolls out of the cubicle, his eyes popping as he freezes right behind a cop who has just turned around. Staying crouched, he sneaks away down the row, shooting across the opening to the first office on the left. Interior, empty office. The room is empty.
Bene. Outside, there is a scaffold.
How do you know all this?
The answer is coming, Nia. There's a window in front of you. Open it.
He opens the window. The wind howls into the room.
You can use the scaffold to get to the roof.
I can't, really. It's too far away. I don't know about this, Morpheus.
I can't
It's
make
a
it.
short
I know you're
climb.
gonna say it's a short climb, but I
You
can't
can make it.
I can't make it.
It's very short. You can make it. You're a
No
well-fed
way.
boy.
This
You're
is
a well-fed
crazy.
boy. You're
I'm
eating
so
every
scared.
No, I'm scared. I'm scared. No, I can feel that I should do it, but I won't because I'm scared.
Nia, there are only two ways out of this building. One is the scaffold. The other is in their custody. You take a chance either way. I leave it to you.
Click. He hangs up. Neo looks at the door, then back at the scaffold.
This is insane. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? I'm nobody. I didn't do anything.
He climbs up onto the window ledge. Hanging onto the frame, he steps into the small ledge. The scaffold seems even farther away.
You can't see this. We don't have a picture for this, so sure looks scary.
The wind suddenly blasts up the face of the building, knocking Neo off balance. Recoiling, he clings hard to the frame, and the phone falls out of his hand. He watches it as it is swallowed by the distance beneath him.
I'm gonna die.
He climbs back into the office just as the cop opens the door.
Shit.
Exterior, skyscraper. The agents lead a handcuffed Neo out of the revolving doors, forcing his head down as they push him into the dark sedan. Trinity watches in the rearview mirror of her motorcycle.
Shit.
Interior, interrogation room. Close on a camera monitor, a wide-angle view of a white room where Neo is sitting at a table alone. We move into the monitor, entering the room as if the monitor were a window. At the same moment, the door opens and the agents enter. Agent Smith sits down across from Neo. A thick manila envelope slaps down on the table. The name on the file? Anderson, Thomas.
As you can see, we've had our eye on you for a long time now, Mr. Anderson.
He opens the file. Paper rattle marks the silence as he flips several pages. Neo cannot tell if he is looking at the file or at him.
Are you looking at me?
It seems that you have been living two lives. In one life, you are Thomas Anderson, program writer for a respectable software company. You have a social security number, you pay your taxes, and you help your landlady carry out her garbage.
The pages continue to turn.
The other life is lived in computers, where you go by the hacker alias Neo, and are guilty of virtually every computer crime we have a law for.
Neo finds himself sinking into. Sorry.
I find myself.
One of these lives has a future. Yeah, it looks like you're sinking into a pit of shit. Now, one of these lives, it has a future, and one of them does not.
He closes the file.
I'm going to be as forthcoming as I can be, Mr. Anderson. You are here because we need your help.
He removes his sunglasses. His eyes are an unnatural ice blue.
We know that you have been contacted by a certain individual, a man who calls himself a Morpheus. Whatever you think you know about this man is irrelevant. The fact is, he is wanted for acts of terrorism in more countries than any other man in the world. He is considered by many authorities to be the most dangerous man alive.
He leans closer.
My colleagues believe that I am wasting my time with you. But I believe you want to do the right thing. It is obvious that you are an intelligent man, Signor Anderson, and that you are interested in the future. That is why I believe you are ready to put your past mistakes behind you and get on with your life.
Neo tries to match his stare.
We are willing to wipe the slate clean, to give you a fresh start, and all we are asking in return is your cooperation in bringing a known terrorist to justice.
Yeah, wow. That, yeah, sounds like a real good deal. But I think I have a better one. How about I just give you the finger?
He does.
Oh! And you give me my phone call.
Agent Smith puts his glasses back on.
You disappoint me, Mr. Anderson.
You can't scare me with this Gestapo crap. I know my rights. I want my phone call.
And tell me, Mr. Anderson, what good is a phone call if I shut up in your face,
The question unnerves Neo, and strangely, he begins to feel the muscles in his jaw tighten. The standing agents snicker, watching Neo's confusion grow into panic. Neo feels his lips grow soft and sticky as they slowly seal shut, melting into each other as until all traces of his mouth are gone.
All traces
Wild with
of my
fear.
mouth. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Wild with fear, he lunges for the door, but the agents restrain him, holding him in the chair.
I'm going crazy.
You're going to help us, Signor Anderson, whether you want to or not.
Smith nods, and the other two rip open his shirt. From a case taken out of his suit coat, Smith removes a long, fiber-optic wiretap. Neo struggles helplessly as Smith dangles the wire over his exposed abdomen. Horrified, he watches as the electronic device animates, becoming an organic creature that resembles a hybrid of an insect and a fluke worm. Thin, whisker-like tendrils reach out and probe into Neo's navel. He bucks wildly as Smith drops the creature, which looks for a moment like an uncut umbilical cord. Before it begins to burrow, its tail thrashing as it worms its way inside. Interior, Neo's apartment, night. Screaming, Neo bolts upright in bed. He realizes that he is home. Was it a dream? His mouth is normal. Stomach looks fine.
My mouth
he
is
starts
normal.
to take a deep, everything is okay breath when the phone rings. It almost stops his heart. It continues ringing, building pressure in the room, forcing him up out of bed, sucking him in with an almost gravitational force. He answers it, saying nothing.
This line is tapped, so I must be brief.
The agents.
They got to you first, but they've underestimated how important you are. If they knew what I know, you would probably be dead.
What are you talking about? What the hell is happening to me?
You're the one, Neo. You see, you may have spent the last few years looking for a Mia, but I spent most of my life looking for a you.
I feel sick.
Do you still want to meet?
Yeah.
Go to the Adams Street Bridge.
Click. He closes his eyes, unsure of what he has done. Exterior, city street, night. It is just beyond the middle of the night, that time when it seems there are no rules and everything feels unsafe. Neo's boots scrape against the concrete. Every pair of eyes he passes seems to follow him. Rain pours from a black sky. As he reaches the bridge, headlights creep in behind him. He turns just as a car slides quickly to a stop beside him. The back door opens.
Get in! Freak.
Interior, car. A large man named Apoc is driving. Beside him is a beautiful androgyne named Switch, aiming a large gun at Neo. Window wipers beat heavily against the windshield.
What the hell
Gotta
is
feel out
this?
the car.
It's necessary, Neo. Guns are for our protection.
From what?
From you.
She lifts a strange steel and glass device that looks like a cross between a rib stimulator, speculum, and air compressor.
What? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, hey, hey! Easy, easy.
He looks at the strange device and the gun still trained on him.
Why are you asking me to take off my shirt? Did I hear you correctly? I feel like you're gonna stop the car now.
Apoc does.
Listen to me, Copper Top. We don't have time for 20 questions. Right now, there's only one rule. Our way or the highway.
Okay, okay, okay.
Neo
You have
opens
to-
the door.
I'm going. It's the highway for this guy.
You gotta trust me.
Why?
Okay.
Look at you.
Because you've been down there, Neo. You know the road. You know exactly where it ends.
Neo stares out into the streets of rain, reeling against the dark street beyond the open door.
And I know it's not where you want to be.
He closes the door. Exterior, dark street. A moment later, the green street lights curve over the car's tinted windshield as it rushes through the wet underworld. Interior, car. Neo grudgingly strips off his t-shirt.
Should I take off my shirt? I might.
Yeah, you need to take your shirt off. Okay, now lie back.
Trinity aims the device at Neo.
It's just so easy to
It's
take off
glass.
my shirt. I'll do this for you.
Its glass snout forming a seal over its navel.
I'm embarrassed.
Don't
Switch
be
snaps.
embarrassed.
This is embarrassing. I'm
Switch
shy.
snaps the cable onto the front seat cigarette lighter.
Do you want to know what this thing is? It's because we think we're bugged. Now try to relax.
She turns a dial and the machine bears down on Neo's midsection, the cylinder sucking hard at his stomach. Neo screams, grunting in pain, as Trinity watches the needle on a pressure gauge climb steadily.
Come on, come on.
On a small monitor that projects an ultrasound-like image, we see Neo's insides begin to slither and churn. He gasps as something
So gross.
wriggles beneath his skin inside his stomach.
This is a really gross bug that's coming out of me. I'm really scared. I didn't know it was there. Why was it there? I'm really scared, and you're gonna.
No, I'm not. Clear.
The foreboding word hangs in Neo's ear for a moment when Trinity squeezes a trigger. Electric current hammers into Neo, and rigid convulsions take hold of him beneath the flickering car lamp until something finally rockets wetly out of Neo's stomach through the extractor's coils.
Jesus Christ, it's real. That thing is real. I thought I had that in a dream, or I thought I saw it in maybe an anime. But
He's in shock. Somebody hit him.
Trinity lifts a glass cage at the end of the tubing. Inside, the small fluke-like bug flips and squirms, its tendrils flapping against the clear walls.
You
She
can't see it,
unrolls
but I
the
can
window
see
and
it.
dumps it out.
Disgusting.
Exterior, car. It hits the pavement with a metallic tink, reverted back into a common wiretap as the car disappears into the rainy night. Exterior, Hotel Lafayette. The car stops in a deserted alley behind a forgotten hotel. Interior, Hotel Lafayette. It is a place of putrefying elegance, a rotting host of urban maggotry. Trinity leads Neo from the stairwell down to the hall of the 13th floor. They stop outside room 1313.
This is it.
Neo can hear his own heart pounding.
I can hear my
All right,
heart
okay.
pounding.
I can hear it from here. But listen, let me give you one piece of advice. Just be honest. He knows more than your little dweeby mind can possibly imagine.
Interior, room 1313. Across the room, a dark figure stares out the tall windows veiled with decaying lace. He turns and a smile lights up the room. A dull roar of thunder shakes the old building.
At last.
He wears a long black coat, and his eyes are invisible behind circular, mirrored glasses. He strides to Neo and they shake hands.
Welcome, Neo. I knew you would be here, shirtless, in front of me. As you no doubt have guessed, I am Morpheus.
Morpheus, it's an honor.
No, the honor is mine. Please, come, sit.
He nods to Trinity and she exits through a door to an adjacent room. They sit across from one another in cracked burgundy leather chairs.
I imagine right now you must be feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole.
I'm so confused, Morpheus, and lonely.
I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expecting to wake up.
Morpheus slight smiles.
Ironically, this is not far from the truth, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Can you tell me, Neo, why are you here?
Well, you're Morpheus, you're a legend, most hackers would die to meet you.
Yes, grazie. But I think we both know there's more to it than that. Do you believe in fate, Neo?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean.
Again, that smile you have could cut glass.
I love cutting glass with my smile. What can I say? Let me tell you why you're here. You've come because you know something. What you know can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your whole life. Felt that something is wrong with the world, but don't know what. It's there like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. This feeling that brought you to me. Do you know what I am talking about?
The Matrix.
Name of the movie.
Do you know what it is?
No. Oh, yes! I do want to know. I thought you asked me if I knew what it was, and I was like, if I knew what the Matrix was, would I be here?
I asked the wrong thing, perhaps, possibly. Do you want to know what it is?
Yes!
The Matrix is everywhere. It's all around us. Here, even in this room. You can see it out your window or on your television. You feel it when you go to work or go to church or pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth, Morpheus?
That you're a slave, Neo. Like everyone else. You were born into bondage, kept inside a prison that you cannot smell, taste, or touch. A prison for your mind.
The leather creaks as he leans back.
I'm trying to capture the sound, but I have a cheap chair that doesn't creak like leather.
It's fake leather. I can tell fake leather.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Morpheus opens his hands. In the right is a red pill. In the left, a blue pill.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. This is your last chance, Neo. After this, there is no going back. You take the blue pill, and the story ends. You wake in your bed, and you believe whatever you want to believe.
The pills in his open hands are reflected in the glasses.
You take the red pill, and you get to join this familia, and be part of this thing of ours. I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Neo feels the smooth skin of the capsules, the moisture growing in his palms.
Remember that all I am offering is the truth, nothing more.
Neo opens his mouth and swallows the red pill.
Whoa, wait. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. There's just so much to think about. The red pill, the blue pill. I just really don't know. I really got to think about this.
Take your time.
Thank you. If there was anyone like watching me right now, I wonder what they would say if I had to make this big decision, you know? So it's a big deal, you know? I think I'm going to take the red pill.
Neo opens his mouth and swallows the red pill. The Cheshire smile returns.
Hell yeah, let's go. Follow me.
Interior, other room. He leads Neo into the other room, which is cramped with high-tech equipment,
What the
glowing
hell?
ash blue and electric green from the racks of monitors. Trinity, APOC, Switch, and Cypher look up as they enter.
Hey, Buck, are we online?
Someone's going to have to be APOC because APOC isn't here.
Almost. He and Trinity are working quickly, hardwiring a complex system of monitors, modules, and drives.
Neo, time is always against us. Will you take a seat there?
Neo sits in a chair in the center of the room, and Trinity begins gently fixing white electrode discs to him.
Looks gross.
Near the chair is an old oval dressing mirror that is cracked. He whispers to Trinity.
You did all this? Trinity, you
Yeah,
did
and
this?
you left your shirt in the car.
She nods. She nods, placing a set of headphones over his ears. They're wired to an old hotel phone.
The pill you took is part of a trace program. It's designed to disrupt your input-output carrier signal so we can pinpoint your location.
What does that mean?
It means buckle up, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Distantly, through the earphones, he hears APOC pounding on a keyboard. Sweat beads his face. His eyes blink and twitch when he notices the mirror. Wide-eyed, he stares at it as it begins to heal itself, a webwork of cracks that slowly run together as though the mirror were becoming liquid.
What? How does it do that? That's so confusing and scary. It seems to only do it every once in a while.
Cypher works with APOC, checking reams of phosphorescent data. Trinity monitors Neo's electric vital signs. Neo reaches out to touch the mirror and his fingers disappear beneath the rippling surface. Quickly, he tries to pull his fingers out, but the mirror stretches
Gross.
in long rubbery strands like mirrored taffy stuck to his fingertips.
I hate taffy.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real?
A flash of lightning flickers, white hot against Neo.
This can't be! Ah!
Be what? Be real?
The strands thin like rubber cement as he pulls away until the fragile wisps of mirror thread break.
What if you were unable to wake from that dream, Neo? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
Neo looks at his hand, fingers distended into mirror icicles that begin to melt rapidly, dripping, running like wax down his fingers, spreading across his palm where he sees his face reflected.
Uh-oh!
It's going into replication.
APOC.
Still nothing! Morpheus takes out a cellular phone and dials a number.
Tank, we're gonna need the signal soon.
The mirror gel seems to come to life, racing, crawling up his arms like hundreds of insects. The mirror creeps up his neck as Neo begins to panic, tipping his head as though he were sinking into the mirror, trying to keep his mouth up.
It's cold! I'm freaking!
I got fibrillation.
Mamma mia! APOC!
Streams of mercury run from Neo's nose. A targeting! Almost there! An alarm on Trinity's monitor erupts.
He's going into arrest.
Look, I got them!
Now, Tank, now!
His eyes tear with mirror, rolling up and closing as a high-pitched electric stream erupts in the headphones. It is a piercing shriek like a computer calling to another computer. Neo's body arcs in agony and we are pulled like we are pulled into the holes of the phone, sucked into a scream and swallowed by darkness. Interior, power plant, man's body, floating in
Oh no.
a magenta amino. His body spasms, fighting against a thick gelatin. Metal tubes, surreal versions of hospital tubes, obscure his face. Other lines, like ivies, are connected to limbs and cover his genitals. He is struggling desperately now. Air bubbles into the jello but does not break the surface. Pressing up, the surface distends, stretching like a red rubber raccoon.
Cool.
like a red rubber cocoon. Unable to breathe, he fights wildly to stand, clawing at the thinning elastic shroud until it ruptures. A hole widening in his mouth as he sucks for air, tearing himself free. He emerges from the cell. It is Neo.
This is so gross. I'm freaking out. What is all this stuff? I'm covered in goo. I'm in a pod. It looks like an egg. Am I an egg? What's happening? This has never happened to me before. I'm bald.
He is bald and naked.
And
His
naked?
body slick with gelatin. Dizzy, nauseous, he waits for his vision to focus. He is standing in an oval capsule of clear alloy filled with magenta gelatin, the surface of which has solidified like curdled milk. The IVs in his arms are plugged into outlets that appear to be crafted to its flesh. He feels the weight of another cable and reaches to the back of his head where he finds enormous coaxial plugged and locked into the base of his skull. He tries to pull it out, but it would be easier to pull off a finger. To either side, he sees other tube-shaped pods filled with magenta gelatin. Beneath the wax-like surface, pale and motionless, he sees other human beings. Fanning out in a circle, there are more. All connected to a center core, each capsule like a red, dimly glowing petal attached to a black metal stem. Above him, level after level, the stem rises, seemingly forever. He moves to the foot of the capsule and looks out. The image assaults his mind. His sight is blurred and warped, exaggerating the intensity of the vision. The sound of the plant is like the sound of the ocean heard from the inside of the belly of Leviathan. From above, a machine drops directly in front of Neo. He swallows his scream as it seems to stare at him. It is almost insect-like in its design, beautiful housings of alloyed metal covering organic-like systems of hard and soft polymers. The machine seizes hold of Neo, paralyzing him as the cable lock at the back of the neck spins and opens. The cable disengages itself. A long, clear plastic needle and cerebrum chip slides from the interior of Neo's skull with an ooze of blood and spinal fluid.
Gross.
The other connective hoses snap free and shake away as the machine lets Neo go. Suddenly, the back of the suit opens in a tremendous vacuum, like an airplane door opening, sucks the gelatin and then Neo into a black hole.
I'm going down a slide.
Interior, waistline. The pipe is a waste disposal system and Neo falls, sliding with the clot of gelatin. Banking through pipe spirals and elbows, flushing up through grease traps clogged with oily clumps of cellulite. Interior, sewer main. Neo begins to drown when he is suddenly snatched from the flow of waste. The metallic cable then lifts, pulling him up under the belly of the futuristic flying machine hovering above the sewer main.
What is this?
Interior, hovercraft. The metal harness opens and drops the half-conscious Neo onto the floor. Human hands and arms help him as he finds himself looking straight at Morpheus. He slight smiles.
Welcome to the real world, Neo.
I'm gonna
Neo
pass
passes
out.
out. Fade in. Interior, hovercraft. We have no sense of time. We hear voices whispering.
We were done at Trinity. We found them.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
I don't have to hope it. I know it.
Neo's eyes flutter open. We see Morpheus' face above us, angelic in the fluorescent glow of a light stick.
Am I dead?
Far from it.
Fade to black. Interior, hovercraft, infirmary. He opens his eyes again, something tingling through him. He focuses and sees his body pierced with dozens of acupuncture-like needles wired to a strange device.
He still needs a lot of work.
Dozer and Morpheus are operating on Neo.
What are you doing?
Your muscles have atrophied. We're rebuilding them.
Fluorescent light sticks burn unnaturally bright.
Why do my eyes hurt?
You've never used them before.
Morpheus closes Neo's eyes, and Neo lays back.
Rest, Neo. The answers are coming. Buonasera.
Interior, Neo's room. Neo wakes up from a deep sleep, feeling better. He begins to examine himself. There is a futuristic IV plugged into the jack in his forearm. He pulls it out, staring at the crafted outlet. He runs his hand over the short hair now covering his head. His fingers find and explore the large outfit in the base of his skull. Just as he starts to come unglued, Morpheus opens the door.
Morpheus, what's happened to me? What is this place?
More important than what is when.
When?
You believe the year is 1997, when in fact it is much closer now to 2021. I can't say for certain what year it is because we honestly do not know.
The wind is knocked from Neo's chest.
The wind's been knocked out of my chest.
There is no reason for me to try to explain it when I can simply show it. Come with me.
Interior hovercraft. Like a sleepwalker, Neo follows Morpheus to the ship.
This is my ship, the Nebuchadnezzar. It's a hovercraft.
Hovercraft.
Small like a submarine. It's cramped and cold, in case anyone was wondering the temperature in the ship. It's very cold in here, but it's home.
They climb a ladder up to the main deck. Interior, main deck. Everyone is there.
Everybody's here. Everybody's gonna show up in 1 second. Everybody's here. Not that one, though.
This is the main deck. You know most of my crew. The ones you don't know, that's Mouse, Cypher, and Swisher. Those two guys are Tank and Doza.
The names and faces wash meaninglessly over Neo.
It's meaningless to me.
And this is the core. This is where we broadcast our pirate signal and hack into the Matrix.
It is a swamp of bizarre electronic equipment. Vines of coaxial hang and snake to and from huge monolithic battery slabs, a black portable satellite dish, and banks of life systems and computer monitors. At the center of the web, there are 6 ectoskeleton chairs made of a polyalloy frame and suspension harness. Near the circle of chairs is the control console and operator station where the network is monitored.
You want to know what the Matrix is, Neo? The answer is right here.
He touches the back of Neo's head.
Why are you doing that? Don't ask me before you touch me, please. I'm weird about it.
We're a family now. We do all these things. Help him, Trinity.
Neo allows himself to be helped into one of the chairs. He feels Morpheus guiding a coaxial line into the jack at the back of his neck. The cable has the same kind of cerebrum chip we saw inside the plant.
This will feel, how you say, a little weird.
There are several disturbing noises as he works the needle in. We move in as Neo's shoulders... We move in as Neo's shoulders bunch and his face tightens into a grimace until a loud click fires and his ears pop like when you equalize them underwater. He relaxes, opening his eyes as we pull back to a feeling of weightlessness inside another place. Interior construct. Neo is standing in an empty, blank white space.
This is the construct.
Startled, Neo whips around and finds Morpheus now in the room with him.
What the fuck?
It is our loading program. We can load anything from clothes to weapons to training simulations. Anything we need.
Morpheus walks past Neo, and when Neo turns, he sees the 2 leather chairs from the Hotel Lafayette set in front of a large screen television.
You got TV in here?
Sit down.
Okay.
Neo stands at the back of the chair as Morpheus sits.
Right now, you're telling me we're inside a computer program?
Morpheus smiles.
Is it so hard to believe? Your clothes are different. The plugs in your arms and head are gone. Look at your hair. You were bald a moment ago.
Neo touches his head.
It's what we call residential self-image. The mental projection of your electronic self. Wild, isn't it?
Neo's hands run over the cracked leather.
You telling me this beautiful chair isn't real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you feel, taste, smell, or see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
He picks up a remote control and clicks on the television. On the television, we see images of the 20th century city where Neo lived.
This is the world you know, the world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive stimulation that we call the Matrix.
He changes the channel, and we see a very different city as we enter the television.
You have been living inside a dream world, Neo. As in Baudrillard's vision, your whole life has been spent inside the map, not the territory. This is the world as it exists today.
In the distance, we see the ruins of a future city protruding from the wasteland like the blackened ribs of a long dead corpse.
The desert of the real.
Beneath us, the water is gone. We turn and descend, spiraling down towards the lake bed, which is scorched and split like burnt flesh, where we find Morpheus and Neo. Neo clings to the chair, trying to get his bearings.
I'm freaking out.
We have only bits and pieces of information. What we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. Through the blinding inebriation of hubris, we marveled at our magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
Yes, a singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. I must say I find it almost funny to imagine the world slapping itself on the back, toasting the new age. I say almost funny.
He looks up and his sunglasses reflect the obsidian clouds rolling overhead.
Obsidian clouds overhead?
We don't know who struck first, us or them. But we do know it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power. It was believed they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun.
As we descend into the circular window of his glasses, there is a flash of lightning.
Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony.
Exterior, fetus fields. On the flash, we pull back from the darkness which reveals itself to be the black eye of a fetus.
Oh, I have to talk so much. I almost wish I was kidnapped soon. The machines discovered a new form of fusion. All they needed was a small electrical charge to initiate the reaction.
The fetus is suspended in a placenta-like husk, where its malleable skull is already growing around the brain jack.
The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat.
The husk hanging from a stalk is plucked like a thresher-like farm machine.
There are fields, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown.
We rise up, the field stretching in every direction to the horizon, lightning tearing open the sky as a harvester sweeps past us. Interior, power plant. From the yawning black of the waistport, we begin to pull back as it snaps shut. Red amniotic gel flows from it into the pod below us, pulling around a tiny newborn that suckles its feed tube.
For the longest time, I couldn't believe it, but then I saw the fields with my own eyes. Watched them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living and standing there, facing the efficiency, the pure, horrifying precision. I came to realize the obviousness of the truth.
Still pulling back, we see the image of the power plant now on the television as we return to the white space of the construct. Interior, construct. Morpheus steps into view as he clicks off the television.
What is the Matrix? control.
He opens the back of the television remote control.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
He holds up a copper top battery.
I don't have. It says you're holding up a copper top battery. I don't see it. I think maybe there might be a problem with your construct. But I don't believe this. I don't believe any of this. It's not possible. This sounds stupid, honestly.
I didn't say that it would be easy in Neo, both to believe this or to see this battery, which I only had at AAA. I apologize. I just said that it would be the truth.
All right, stop. Get me out. I want out. I'm freaking out. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna hurl. I have a stomach ache, and I need to go. I need to go to bed. I think it's been a while since I've gone to bed.
Interior, main deck. His eyes snap open and he thrashes against the chair, trying to rip the cable from the back of his neck.
Get this stuff off of me.
Easy, Neo. Easy.
Dozer holds them while Trinity unlocks it. Once it's out, he tears away from them, falling as he trips free of the harness.
Get this thing out of me. Don't touch me. Get away from me. I don't believe it.
On his hands and
He's
knees,
gonna pop!
he reels as the world spins. Sweat pours off him as the pressure builds inside his skull, as if his brain has been put into a centrifuge.
It's like my brain has been put into a centrifuge. I'm gonna hurl.
Oh, now he's gonna pop.
Vomiting violently, Neo pitches forward and blacks out.
This is the same
He blinks. He blinks, regaining consciousness. The room is dark. Neo is stretched out on his bed.
I'm very disoriented. I can't go back, can I?
Morpheus is sitting like a shadow on the chair in the far corner.
No, but if you could, would you really want to?
Deep down, Neo knows that answer.
I feel that I owe you an apology. There's a rule that we do not free a mind once it reaches a certain age. It is dangerous. They have trouble letting go. Their mind turns against them. I've seen it happen. I'm sorry. I broke the rule because I had to.
He stares into the darkness, confessing as much to himself as to Neo.
When the Matrix was first built, there was a man born inside that had the ability to change what he wanted, to remake the Matrix as he saw fit. It was this man that freed the first of us and taught us the truth. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free. When he died, the Oracle prophesied his return and envisioned that his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix, an end to the war, and freedom for our people. That is why there are those of us that have spent our entire lives searching the Matrix, looking for him.
Neo can feel his eyes on him.
I did what I did because I believe the search is over.
He stands up.
Get some rest. You're going to need it.
You're gonna need it too, man. You sound haggard.
No, you're going to need it.
What am I gonna need it for?
For your training.
Interior, hovercraft. There is no morning. There is only darkness. And then the fluorescent light sticks flicker on. Interior, Neo's room. Neo is awake in his bed, staring up the lights. The door opens and Tank steps inside.
Morning. Did you sleep?
Hi, Tank. No.
You will tonight. I guarantee it. I'm Tank. I'll be your operator.
He offers his hand and Neo shakes it. He notices that Tank doesn't have any jacks.
You don't have any jacks.
Any holes? Nope. Me and my brother Dozer. We are 100% pure. Pure, old-fashioned, homegrown human, born free, right here in the real world. Genuine child of Zion.
Zion? What's that?
All right. Let me talk, okay? You're interrupting.
Sorry.
Zion? If the war ended tomorrow, Zion would be.
It's a city?
Okay. It's the last human city. The only place we got left.
Where is it?
It's deep underground, near the Earth's core, where it's still warm. You live long enough, you might even see it. Goddamn, I gotta tell you, I'm fairly excited to see what you're capable of. I mean, if Morpheus is right and all, we're not supposed to talk about any of all that, but if you... This is an exciting time. We got a lot to do, so let's get to it.
Interior, main deck. Neo is plugged in, hanging in one of the suspension chairs.
So we're supposed to load all these operations programs first, but this is some major boring shite. Why don't we start with something a little fun?
Chrono Cross. That looks fun.
Hank smiles as he plops into his operator's chair. He begins flipping through a tall carousel filled with microdiscs.
How about some combat training?
Neo reads the label on the disc.
Jujitsu? I'm gonna learn jujitsu?
Tank slides the disc into Neo's supplement drive.
Ooh. No way.
Smiling, Tank punches the load code. His body jumps against the harness as his eyes clamp shut. The monitors kick wildly as his heart pounds, adrenaline surges, and his brain sizzles. An instant later, his eyes snap open.
Holy shit!
Hey, Mikey likes it. Ready for more?
Hell yes.
Interior, main deck. Close on, a computer monitor's gray pixels slowly fill a small, half-empty box. It is a meter displaying how much download time is left. The title bar reads, Combat the Series, 10 of 12. File categories flashing beneath it. Asavate, Jujitsu, Genpo, Drunken Boxing. Morpheus walks in.
How is he?
10 hours straight. He's a machine.
Neo's body spasms and relaxes as his eyes open. Breath hissing from his lips. Sorry.
You don't have to. Don't worry about it. I just look like I had a really good time. Did you know a sneeze is like 10% of an orgasm? I don't know why I was thinking about that. I know Kung Fu now, by the way.
Show me.
Interior, dojo. They are standing in a very sparse Japanese-style dojo.
I'm just so confident I don't even have to look at you. This is a sparing program, similar to the program reality of the Matrix. It has the same basic rules like gravity. What you must learn is that these rules are no different than rules of a computer system. Some of them can be bent, others can be broken. Understand? Capiche?
Neo nods as Morpheus assumes a fighting stance.
Then hit me, if you can.
Neo assumes a similar stance, cautiously circling until he gives a short cry and launches a furious attack. It is like a Jackie Chan movie at high speed, fists and feet striking from every angle as Neo presses his attack, but each and every blow is blocked by effortless speed. Interior, main deck. While their minds battle in the programmed reality, the two bodies appear quite serene, suspended in the drive chairs. Tank monitors their life systems, noticing that Neo is wildly and chaotically lit up, as opposed to the slow and steady rhythm of Morpheus. Interior, mess hall. Mouse bursts into the room, interrupting dinner.
Here, as I mentioned earlier, I'm Mouse. It's a reference to a peripheral on a personal computer. I want to let you know that our good friend Morpheus is fighting the new guy, Neo, so I'd invite you all to check it out. Come on.
All at once, everyone bolts for the door. Interior, dojo. Neo's face is knotted, teeth clenched, as he hurls himself at Morpheus.
It's like, Neo versus Morpheus on cable 2. Only on cable 2. Always on cable 2.
Morpheus would say that. I know he would say that.
Bene. Adaptation. Improvisation. But your weakness isn't your technique.
Morpheus attacks him, and it is like nothing we have ever seen. His fists and feet are everywhere, taking Neo apart. For every blow Neo blocks, 5 more hit their marks until Neo falls. Panting, on his hands and knees, blood spits from his mouth, speckling the white floor of the dojo.
How did I beat you?
You're too fast. I'm slow.
Do you think my being faster, stronger, has anything to do with my muscles in this place?
I'm really frustrated. Let me catch my breath.
Do you believe that's air you are breathing now? Again.
Their fists fly with pneumatic speed. Interior, main deck. Everyone is gathered around Tank, watching the fight like watching a game of
Guys.
Mortal Kombat.
Louise, he sure is fast. Look at those neural kinetics. They are way above normal.
Interior, Dojo. Morpheus begins to press Neo, countering blows while slipping in several stinging slaps.
Come on, Neo. What are you waiting for? You're faster than this. Don't think you are. Know you are.
Whack! Morpheus cracks Neo again. Neo's face twists with rage as the speed of the blows rises like a drum solo.
Come on. Stop trying to hit me and just hit me.
Wham! A single blow catches Morpheus on the side of the head, knocking off his glasses. Interior, main deck. There are several gasps.
Wow.
Interior, Dojo. Morpheus rubs his face and smiles.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But all I can do is show you the door. You're the one that has to step through. Tank, load the jump program.
Yeah, let me just grab this disc.
One of the best games ever made.
Oh no.
Jump.
Interior, hovercraft. APOC and Switch exchange looks as Tank grabs for the disc. Interior, construct, rooftop, day. Morpheus and Neo are again in the white space of the construct. Beneath their feet, we see the jump program crash up at them until they are standing on a rooftop in the city skyline.
Let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, disbelief. Free your mind.
Morpheus spins, running hard at the edge of the rooftop, and jumps. He sails through the air, his coat billowing out behind him like a cape as he lands on the rooftop across the street.
That was crazy. Shit.
Neo looks down at the street 20 floors below, then at Morpheus, an impossible 50 feet away.
Okie dokie. Free my mind, right. Free my mind. Free my mind. No problem.
He takes a deep breath and starts to run. Interior, main deck. They are transfixed.
I almost heard someone say something, but I think they cut out.
Hey, what were you saying? What were you saying, Mouse? What was that?
He makes it.
No way, not possible.
Yeah, no one's ever made their first jump.
No, but what if he makes it?
He won't. Trinity stares at the screen, her fists clenching as she whispers.
Come on.
Exterior rooftop. Summoning every ounce of strength in his legs, Neo launches himself into the air in a single maniacal shriek, but comes up drastically short. His eyes widen as he plummets. Stories fly by, the ground rushing at him, but as he hits, the ground gives way, stretching like a trapeze net. He bounces and flips, slowly coming to a rest, flat on his back. He laughs, a bit unsure, wiping the wind-blown tears from his face. Morpheus exits the building and helps him to his feet.
Do you know why you didn't make it?
Give me a minute.
I'm sorry, I'm excited. For reasons that will be revealed later in the movie.
Now that I've caught my breath, can you ask me the question again?
See, do you know why you didn't make it?
Is it because I didn't think I would?
Morpheus smiles and nods. Interior, main deck. They break up.
Golly, what do you think that means?
It doesn't mean anything.
Everyone falls the first time, right, Trinity?
Fucking bullshit.
But Trinity is already left. Neo's eyes open as Tank eases the plug out. He tries to move and groans, cradling his ribs. While Tank helps Morpheus, Neo spits blood into his hand.
That really hurt. I thought it wasn't real.
Your mind makes it real.
Neo stares at the blood.
If you're killed in the Matrix, you die in real life?
The body cannot live without the mind.
Interior, Neo's room. Trinity enters from the hall, carrying a tray of food.
Hey, Neo, I saved you some goop.
I'm so hungry. I've never eaten food in the real world. Thank you.
She sees him passed out on the bed. She sets the tray down and pulls the blanket over him. She pauses, her face close to him, then inhales lightly, breathing the scent of him before slowly pulling away. Interior, hall. Trinity steps out of Neo's room to find Cypher watching her.
I don't remember you ever bringing me dinner.
Trinity says nothing.
There's something about him, isn't there?
Tell me you're a believer now.
I just keep wondering if Morpheus is so sure. Why doesn't he take him to the Oracle? She would know.
Morpheus will take him when he's ready.
She turns and he watches her walk away. Exterior, city street, training program, day. Morpheus moves effortlessly through a crowded downtown street while Neo struggles to keep up, constantly bumped and shouldered off the path.
The Matrix is a system, Neo, and that system is our enemy. But when you are inside and you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, lawyers, teachers, carpenters. The minds of the very people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of the system, and that makes them our enemy.
A cop writing a parking ticket stares at Neo from behind his sunglasses.
You have to understand that most of these people are not ready to be unplugged, and many of them are so inured, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
A beautiful woman in a red dress smiles at Neo as she passes by.
Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at that woman in the red dress?
I wasn't listening to you, that's for sure.
She's mine, you bastard! Look again!
Neo turns just as Agent Smith levels a gun at his face. Neo screams.
Ah!
Freeze it.
Everything except Morpheus and Neo freezes.
You're telling me this isn't the Matrix? It looks like the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to reach out one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
Well, what are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone that we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one.
Neo stares at the agent.
We've survived by hiding from them, running from them, but they are the gatekeepers. They're guarding all the doors, holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. You're looking at the lady with the red dress again, aren't you?
I'm just been so confused. Finally, something to latch on. This beautiful dame. I would like to see more of her. Maybe she can come by later. If it's a program, you can probably just bring her up, right? But who are you talking about?
I'll talk to the crew to approach you with sketchy offers about the red lady later.
I'd like that. But what were you saying?
I won't lie to you, Neo. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, who has fought an agent, has died. But where they failed, you will succeed.
Why, though?
I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based on a world that is built by rules. Because of what they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
Neo scratches his head.
What, are you trying to tell me that I can dodge bullets or something? Like a superhero? Like Flash Gordon? Like Superman? Or the Silver Surfer?
Like Mario. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Morpheus' cell phone rings, and he flips it open.
You seem to be opening your phone.
I'm open.
We got trouble.
Exterior, sewer main. The Nebuchadnezzar blisters by, trailing a swirling supercharged electromagnetic wake. Interior, cockpit. Morpheus slides into the co-pilot's chair next to Dozer.
Did Zion send this warning?
No, another ship. Big Brother, I think. They're running a parallel pipeline.
Morpheus scans the decayed landscape of the sewer main that rolls by as Neo and Trinity squeeze into the cockpit behind him. An alarm begins to sound.
Shit, Squiddy's sweeping in quick.
Set it down in there.
Squiddy? Did you say Squiddy?
It's a sentinel. It's okay. It's a killing machine designed for one thing.
Search and destroy.
Neo feels the ship rock to the side as it squeezes into a tiny supply line. Exterior, hovercraft. The Nebuchadnezzar sits down, almost wedged into a pipe that barely accommodates its size. Interior, cockpit. Morpheus clicks the intercom.
How we doing, Tank?
Interior, main deck. Tank works furiously at the operator station as the ceaseless whir of the ship's turbines grind to a halt. The main deck is plunged into dark silence. The rest of the crew stands behind him as he whispers.
Power offline. EMP armed and ready.
Should we be quiet? It seems like we should be quiet right now.
Oh, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Tank's fingers curl around a small key that glows a dim red. Interior, cockpit. Neo leans into Trinity's ear.
What's an EMP?
It's an electromagnetic pulse, okay? It disables any electrical system in the blast radius. It's the only weapon we have against the squids.
Dozer looks up.
Now we wait.
Through the cockpit's windshield, the vast cavern of the sewer main yawns before them. Strands of green haze curl up around mossy icicles that dangle into a pool of churning frozen waste. Neo begins to angle around Dozer, but Morpheus grabs him.
Don't move. It'll hear you.
Neo freezes and they wait. Without the Nebuchadnezzar's heating system, the temperature in the cockpit begins to rapidly drop. The crew members huddle together, their breath freezing into a uniform cloud as it gets colder and colder. Dozer quickly reaches to brush away the frost in the windshield, and as his hand clears a swath, they see it. In the darkness, a shifting shadow of mechanized death. It is beautiful and terrifying. Black alloy middle skin flickers like sequins beneath sinewy coils and skeletal appendages. Neo can feel the hairs on the back of his neck rise as it silently glides over them with shark-like malevolence until it disappears into the darkness. In the frozen little room, everyone breathes a little easier.
It's gone.
Interior, hall. The ship is quiet and dark. Everyone is asleep. Interior, main deck. The core glows with monitor light. Cypher's in the operator chair as Neo comes up behind him.
Hey, Cypher.
Shit, Neo, you scared the bejesus out of me.
Sorry. I'm new.
No, it's all right.
Neo's eyes light up as he steps closer to the screens that seem alive with the constant flow of data.
What is that? Is that?
Yeah, it's the Matrix.
Neo stares at the endlessly shifting river of information, bizarre codes and equations flowing across the space of the monitor.
Do you always look at it encoded?
You have to. The image translators sort of work for the construct programs, but there's way too much information to decode the Matrix. You get used to it, though. Your brain does all the translating. I don't even see the code. All I see is blonde, brunette, redhead. You want a drink?
Please.
Neo nods and he pours a clear alcohol from a plastic jug.
You know, I know what you're thinking, because right now I'm thinking the same thing. Actually, to tell you the truth, I've been thinking the same thing since I got here.
He raises the glass.
Why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill?
He throws a shot down his throat. Neo does the same and it almost kills him. Smiling, Cypher slaps him on the back.
Good shit, Dozer makes it. It's good for two things, degreasing engines and killing brain cells.
Red-faced, Neo finally stops coughing. Cypher pours him another.
Can I ask you something? Did he happen to tell you why he did it?
What do you mean?
Why you're here?
Yeah, he told me.
Jesus, what a mind job. You're here to save the world. You gotta be shitting me. What did you say to something like that?
Neo looks down at his drink.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Now, don't you tell him I told you this, but this ain't the first time Morpheus thought he found the one.
Really? I'm the one. Maybe.
You bet your ass. It keeps him going. Maybe all of us.
How many ones were there?
5, since I've been here.
5 ones. What happened to them?
Dead. All of them.
How?
Honestly, Morpheus. You got them all amped up, believing in bullshit. I watched them take on an agent, and I watched each one of them die. Little piece of advice. You see an agent, you do what we do. Run. Run your ass off.
Neil gulps down another shot.
Thanks, Cypher. Thanks for the drink and the pep talk. You seem like a real stand-up guy. Thank you for being honest with me.
Yeah, time. I love honesty.
Cypher nods as Neil heads for the ladder.
Sweet dreams, baby.
Interior, restaurant night. Chamber music and the ambience of wealth soak the restaurant around us as we watch a serrated knife saw through a thick, gorgeous steak. The meat is so perfect, charred on the outside, oozing red juice from the inside, that it could be a dream. We hear a voice that we recognize immediately.
Do we have a deal, Senora Reagan?
A fork stabs the cube of meat, and we follow it up to the face of Cypher.
You know, I know that this steak doesn't exist. I know when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it's juicy and delicious. And after 9 years, do you know what I've realized?
He shoves it in, eyes rolling up, savoring the tender beef melting in his mouth.
Ignorance is bliss.
Agent Smith watches him chew the snake loudly, smacking it between his teeth.
So goddamn good.
Then we have the deal?
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing, you understand? And I want to be rich. Someone important, like an actor. You can do that, right?
Whatever you want, Senora Reagan.
Cypher takes a deep drink of wine.
All right, you get my body back in the power plant, reinsert me into the Matrix, and I'll get you what you want.
Access codes to the design mainframe.
I told you I don't know him, but I can give you the man who does.
Morpheus.
Interior, mess hall. Close on, breakfast. A substance with a consistency somewhere between yogurt and cellulite.
Here you go, buddy. Have some fucking gravy. Breakfast of champions. Now I know it's actually tomato sauce. I know it's traditional Prego Italian sauce. But where I'm from, Zion, they call it gravy. So eat up.
Thank
Tank
you.
slides in front of Neo and takes a seat with the other crew members enjoying breakfast. You mean at the breakfast, lunch, and the dinner of a champions?
If you close your eyes, it feels almost like you're eating runny eggs.
Or a bowl of a snot.
You know what it really reminds me of? Cream of spaghetti. Did you ever have cream of spaghetti?
No, but technically neither did you.
Exactly my point. Because you have to wonder, how do the machines know what cream of spaghetti actually tastes like? Maybe they got it wrong. Maybe what I think cream of spaghetti tastes like actually tastes like bolognese or fettuccine. It makes you wonder about a lot of things. Take another Italian word, for example. Maybe they couldn't figure out what that Italian word actually tastes like.
Like chicken
which
parmesan?
is why everything tastes like. Yes, like that's an Italian word. And maybe.
Shut up, a mouse! Neo scoops up a spoonful.
It's a single-celled protein combined with synthetic aminos, vitamins, and minerals. Everything your body needs. We grow it in a vat.
He sidles up to Neo.
Is it Neil or Neo?
Well, my parents call me Neil.
Okay, so Neo, so I understand you've run through the agent program, right? You know that I wrote the program.
Oh yeah? You're like 16. You're a baby.
I'm 15. Thank you, though. So, what do you think of her?
Of who? The broad?
Yeah, the woman in the red dress. I designed her. She doesn't do much talking, but if you'd like, to meet her, I could arrange a more personalized milieu.
That's exactly what I want. That's the only thing I want.
The digital pimp hard at work.
Pay no attention to these hypocrites, Neil. To deny our impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us Italian.
Morpheus enters.
I want every half-hour standby. We're going in. I'm taking Neo to see her.
With that, he turns and leaves.
See who?
The Oracle.
Interior, main deck. Everyone is strapped into their chairs. Tank is at the operator's station.
All right, everyone. Sit back and enjoy your flight.
He strikes the enter key and we rush clockwise over the chairs, each body reacting as we cut to Interior, Hotel Lafayette, room 1313. Spinning counterclockwise around an old phone that rings inside the empty room until we spin full circle and find everyone now standing there. Morpheus answers the phone.
We're in.
Exterior, Hotel Lafayette, day. The door opens and for the first time since its release, Neo steps back into the Matrix. He squints at the sun, which seems unnaturally bright. He is the only one without sunglasses.
Oh.
Apoc and Switch remain at the door as the others enter the alley.
You're wearing sunglasses. I didn't get the memo.
Cypher opens the driver's door of an old car as Trinity, Morpheus, and Neo cross to the car.
Oh.
Cypher glances about quickly, then drops something inside a garbage can.
We're all in the car. I wonder what Cypher was doing. I'll pay it no mind.
It's a cellular phone, and we see its blue display as the line connects. Interior, car. Neo sits beside Trinity in the back. He cannot stop staring as the simple images of the urban street blur past his window like an endless stream of data rushing down a computer screen.
Almost unbelievable, isn't it?
Neo nods as the car continues to wind through the crowded city.
God. What?
I used to eat there. Really good noodles. Pasta noodles. I'm speaking in a whisper, almost as if talking to myself. I'll keep these thoughts to myself more often. I'm sorry. But I have these memories from my entire life that I've been thinking about lately. But if this is true, none of this really happened. It happened in the Matrix.
To her.
What does it mean?
It means that the Matrix cannot tell you who you are.
But an oracle can?
That's different.
Obviously.
He turns to the window for a moment and then turns back.
Hey, did you go to the oracle? Trinity?
Yeah. Yeah.
She looks at him and suddenly she is unable to speak or even breathe.
What did she tell you? Why aren't you speaking anymore?
The car suddenly jerks to a stop.
We're here. Neo, come with me.
Neo and Morpheus get out of the car. Cypher looks into the rearview mirror at Trinity.
Here we go again, eh, Trin?
He smiles as she turns into the window. Turns to the window. Exterior, building. Exterior, building. Tenement-like and vast. It is the kind of place where people can disappear. Interior, building. Morpheus nods to a blind man, who nods back. An elevator opens, and Neo follows Morpheus inside. Interior, elevator. The idea of learning one's fate begins to weigh upon Neo with a steadily growing unease.
So this is the same oracle that made the, the prophecy?
Yes, she's very old. She's been with us since the beginning.
Since the beginning of what?
Of the resistance.
And what does she know? Does she know everything?
She would say she knows enough.
And she's never wrong.
Don't think of it in terms of right and wrong. She's a guide, Neo. She can help you find the path.
She helped you?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
That I would find the one.
Ding! The elevator opens. Interior, hall. The long, dark hall beckons. Neo follows Morpheus out of the elevator, and the doors rattle shut behind him. With every step, a disturbing sense of inevitability closes in around him. At the end of the hall, Morpheus steps up to the side of a door.
I told you that I can only show you the door. You have to step through it.
Neo blows out a breath. His hand reaches but stops, hovering over the spherical handle. He backs away.
Morpheus, I don't think this is a good idea.
Why?
I told you I don't believe in this stuff. This is just some lady. No matter what she says, I'm not going to believe it. So what's the point? Why do it?
What do you believe in?
What do I believe in? Are you kidding me? What do you think? The entire world I grew up in isn't real. My entire life, that was a lie. I don't believe in anything anymore.
That's why we're here.
Why? So I can hear from some old lady tell me what? That I'm this guy that everybody's been waiting for and I'm supposed to save the world? Sounds insane, ridiculous, unbelievable. And I don't care who says it, it's still gonna sound insane and unbelievable.
Faith is not a matter of reasonability. I do not believe things with my mind. I believe them with my heart, in my gut.
That's stupid. What? Do you believe I'm the one?
Yes, I do.
What about the other 5 guys, the other 5 ones? What about them?
Morpheus tries to hide his heart being wrenched from his chest.
I can see on your face that was
my,
really...
My heart. My heart is being wrenched from my chest. Look how they massacred my heart.
You believe in them too? Did you believe in the ones that were supposed to be me that died?
I believed that the Oracle told me. No, I misunderstood what she told me. I believed that it was all about me.
This is difficult for Morpheus to admit.
This is difficult for me to admit.
I can tell.
I believed that all I had to do was point my finger and anoint whoever I chose. I was wrong, Neo. Terribly wrong. Not a day or night passes that I do not think of him. After the 5th, I lost my way. I doubted everything the Oracle has said. I doubted myself.
He looks up at Neo.
And then I saw you, Neo, and my world changed. You can call it an epiphany. You can call it whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. It's not about a word. It's about this. So I can't explain it to you. All I can do is believe, Neo. Believe that one day you will feel what I felt and know what I know. You're the 6th and the last. You're the one.
His eyes blaze.
Your eyes look kind of red there.
I'm blazing my eyes. Why do you think I always wear glasses?
Right, because you're
Yeah,
Morpheus.
That's right.
Blaze.
That's right. Until that time, all I am asking from you is for you to hold on to whatever respect you may have for me and trust me.
Neo feels a rush from Morpheus's intensity, the unadulterated confidence of a zealot.
All right.
He reaches for the handle, which turns without him even touching it. A woman wearing white opens the door.
Look at who it is.
Hey, Neo, you're right on time.
Interior, Oracle's apartment. Seems particularly normal.
Making yourself at home, Morpheus.
Grazie.
She leads Neo down another hall and into what appears to be a family room. There is another woman in white sitting on a couch watching a soap opera. Scattered about the room are a half-dozen children. Some of them are playing, others are deep in meditation. All of them exude a kind of zen calm.
These are the other potentials. You can await here.
Neo watches a little girl levitate alphabet blocks. Closer to him, a skinny boy with a shaved head holds a spoon which sways like a blade of grass. In front of him is a pile of spoons bent and twisted into knots. Neo crosses to him and sits. The boy smiles and hands Neo the spoon, which is now perfectly straight.
Instead, only try to realize the truth.
I feel like I'm not looking at the right baby. I don't know. Is this the baby?
Stein is the baby.
They just all these babies. They just all look the same, and so I was just going around looking at spoon babies. You were talking about the
you
truth.
are not supposed to bend the spoon. That is impossible, as I said. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
That there is no spoon.
Neo nods, staring at the spoon.
Wow. There is no spoon.
Yes. Then you see that it is not the spoon that bends. It is only yourself.
The entire room is reflected inside the spoon, and as Neo stares into it, it slowly begins to bend until a hand touches his shoulder.
Neo, the Oracle will see you now.
I'm sorry. I got really sucked into that. I'll do what I'm supposed to do here now.
Spoon Boy smiles. Interior, kitchen. An old woman is huddled beside the oven, peering inside through a cracked door.
I'm looking for the Oracle.
Hello, it's me.
You're the Oracle?
I know, you're Neo. Be right with you.
And you're the Oracle, is that right?
Bingo. Not quite what you were expecting, right?
No.
I got to say, I always love seeing you non-believers. Always a pip. Almost done. Smell good, don't they?
Yeah. The cookies you're baking. Or are they cookies?
Yeah. Yeah, yes. I'd ask you to sit down, but you're not going to anyway. And don't worry about the vase.
What vase? Whoa!
He turns to look around and his elbow knocks the vase from the table. It breaks against the linoleum floor.
That vase.
I'm so sorry, Oracle. It looked really nice.
She pulls out a tray of chocolate chip cookies and turns. She's an older woman, wearing big oven mitts, comfortable slacks, and a print blouse. She looks like someone's grandma.
I said don't worry about it. I'll get one of my kids to fix it.
How did you know about the vase?
She sets the cookie tray on a wooden hot pad.
What's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
Smiling, she lights a cigarette.
You're cuter than I thought. I see why she likes you.
Who are you talking about? Who likes me? The red dress girl?
Not too bright, though.
She winks.
You know why Morpheus brought you to see me?
Yeah, yes.
So, what do you think? You think you're the one?
Honestly, Oracle, I just don't know. I'm not really the type to believe something like that.
She gestures to a wooden plaque, the kind every kitchen has, except the words are in Latin.
You know what that means? It's a Latin. Means know thyself. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. Nobody can tell you you're in love. You just know it. True and true. Balls to bones.
She puts her cigarette down.
Balls to bones?
Well, I better have a look at you. Open your mouth. Say ah.
She widens his eyes, checks his ears, then feels the glands in his neck. She nods, then looks at his palms.
Okay, now I'm supposed to say, that's interesting, but then you say...
But what?
But you already know what I'm going to tell you.
That I'm not the one.
Sorry, kid. You got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something.
What am I waiting for, though?
Your next life, maybe. Who knows? That's how these things go.
I almost have to laugh at that.
What's funny?
Morpheus, he almost had me convinced. He's talking me up, really excited. All this is so exciting.
I know. Poor Morpheus. Without him, we are lost.
What do you mean, without him?
The Oracle takes a long drag, regarding Neo with the eyes of a sphinx.
Are you sure you want to hear this?
Hit me with it. Lay it on me.
Morpheus believes in you, Neo. And no one, not you or even me, can convince him otherwise. He believes it so blindly that he's going to sacrifice his life to save yours.
What? What do you mean?
You're going to have to make a choice. In one hand, you will have Morpheus's life. In the other hand, you will have your own. One of you is going to die. Which one will be up to you.
Neo can't breathe.
I'm sorry, kiddo. I really am. You have a good soul, and I hate giving good people bad news. But don't worry. As soon as you walk outside that door, you'll start feeling better. You'll remember that you don't believe in any of this fate crap. You're in control of your own life, remember?
Sure.
Here, take a cookie. I promise, by the time you're done eating it, you'll feel right as rain.
What'd you put
Neo
in
takes the cookie, the tightness in his chest slowly beginning to fade. Interior, sitting room, day. Morpheus rises from a couch as the priestess escorts Neo out. When they are alone, Morpheus puts his hand on Neo's shoulder.
I'm looking for my friend Morpheus. I exited the room a little early. He's just right behind me, I'm sure.
I had to use the bathroom. You don't have to tell anyone what she told you. Omerta, what was said for you and you alone.
Neo nods and takes a bite of his cookie. Interior, car. Neo and Morpheus get in the car.
Let's go.
Cypher looks into the rearview mirror at Neo.
Well, good news or bad news?
Not now, Cypher.
Cypher slaps the car in gear and pulls into traffic. Trinity looks at Neo, who is staring at the final bit of cookie. He puts it in his mouth and chews.
You all right?
Cookie.
I said you all right?
Not now, Cypher.
Neo doesn't want to talk with his mouth full. He's a good boy.
I'm too polite. This is something we do back in the Matrix. You might not know this because you just eat sludge. But yeah, I'm right as rain. This is all normal for me.
Interior, room 1313, day. Mouse's cellular rings.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
They're on their way.
Exterior, city street, day.
Great.
As they get out of the car, Cypher smiles at Neo. Interior, Hotel Lafayette, day. Light filters down the throat of the building through a caged skylight at the top of the open elevator shaft. 6 figures glide up the dark stairs that wind around the elevator. Neo notices a black cat, a yellow green-eyed shadow that slinks past them and pads quickly down the stairs. A moment later, Neo sees another black cat that looks and moves identically to the first one.
Whoa, look at all these black cats. It's kind of like I'm feeling deja vu.
Those words stop the others dead in their tracks. Interior, main deck. The monitor suddenly glitches as though the Matrix had an electronic seizure.
Oh shit.
Interior, Hotel Lafayette, day. Trinity turns around, her face tight.
What'd you just say?
Nothing. I feel like I had deja vu. You know what I'm talking about.
No, what happened? What did you see?
I saw a black cat, and then I saw another cat that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
I swear to God it was the same cat. I think it was deja vu.
Trinity looks at Morpheus, who listens quietly at the rasping breath of the old building.
What is it? Why is everyone... You know what this is. Deja vu.
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
She also listens to the staccato beat of helicopter blades glows ominously loud. Interior, main deck. Tank sees what was changed.
Yeah, I'm thinking, it's a freaking trap. Watch out.
Thanks, Tank.
Interior, staircase, day. Morpheus looks up the stairs as he hears a helicopter.
Come on.
Apog slaps a gun into Neo's hand. Something to ward off our evil spirits. Neo nods, stuffing it into his belt. Interior, basement, day. Heavy bolt cutters snap through the main phone cable. Interior, room 1313, day. Hearing the helicopter, Mouse goes to the draped windows as the cellular rings. He answers it.
Hey, Mouse. How you doing? They cut the hard line. I think it's it is a trap. Get out!
Mouse yanks open the curtain. The windows are bricked up. Mouse spins as the rumble of combat boots builds, then explodes into the room. Interior, main deck. Tank watches helplessly.
No!
Interior, stairs, day. Morpheus stops as Mouse's scream is drowned out by the report of machine gun fire. Interior, room 1313, day. Mouse sails backward as bullets pound him against the blood-splattered brick window. Interior, main deck. Mouse's body thrashes across its harness, blood coughing from his mouth in one final spasm. Then, lying perfectly still, the flatline alarm softly cries out from the life monitor. Interior, stairwell, day. Flying downstairs, Morpheus stops, hearing police swarming below. Interior, hall, day. He turns and rushes down the hall of the 8th floor. At the end of it, he finds the bricked up windows.
That's what they changed. We're trapped. There's no way out.
The sound of heavy bootsteps close around them with the mechanical sureness of a vice.
Give me your phone.
They'll be able to track it.
We have no choice.
Morpheus rips off his jacket. Interior, main hall. Tank answers the call.
Tank, find a structural drawing of the building and find it fast.
Interior, Hotel Lafayette, day. Flashlights probe the rotting darkness as the police search every floor. Interior, main deck. The diagram windows onto the screen.
Got it.
I need the main wet wall.
Interior, room 1313, day. Agent Smith stands over Mouse's dead body, his hand going to his earpiece. Interior, room 808, day. Morpheus is guided by Tank.
All right. So take a. Hold on.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
All right, Google Maps is kind of. You're gonna want to hang a left, and that's in front of you.
Bene.
Interior, room 1313, day. Agent Smith hears the line click dead.
8th floor. They're on the 8th floor.
Interior, stairwell, day. Agent Brown listens to his earpiece. Interior, stairwell, day. Boots clatter up the marble staircase. Interior, hall, day. Cops flood the 8th floor, rushing everywhere. Interior, room 808, day. Several cops sweep the room. It is empty. As they pass the bathroom, we see a man-sized hole smashed through the plaster and lath. Interior, wall, day. They are inside the main plumbing wall, slowly worming their way down the grease-black stack pipes. Above them, light fills the hole which they made to get inside. Interior, hall, day. Agent Brown and Agent Smith stand over Morpheus's jacket.
Where the fuck are they?
Interior, room 608, day. The cops search in silence, straining for a clue, when one hears something strange near the bathroom. Interior, wall, day. Cypher has slipped and is wedged between the wall and several thick supply pipes. Interior, room 608, day. The cop leans in, his ear almost against the thin membrane of plaster separating them. He can hear whispers, hisses, and a grunt when the wall suddenly bulges, shatter cracking as the cop realizes.
They're in the walls. We don't have cops.
Interior, wall, day. Trinity pulls Cypher free just as the cop opens fire, bullets punching shafts of life like swords into the box of soot-black space. Neo finds his gun first and begins blasting wildly through the plaster and lath. Interior, room 608, day. The cop spins out of the bathroom for cover, Neo's bullets splintering the door jamb. About to whirl back in, he freezes as something seems to seize hold of him. The cop's body starts to spasm and his M16 falls to the ground. Long shadows springing up from the mounted flashlight. Interior wall, day. Neo listens for his moment, the gunfire quiet when he hears footsteps rising fast. Two arms suddenly smash through the wall, punching Neo back against the iron stack pipe, fingers gouging into his neck.
It's an agent!
Just as Neo's throat is about to collapse, Morpheus explodes through the tattered plaster and lath, diving on top of Agent Smith. The two men crash to the wet terrazzo floor. Before Agent Smith can find his weapon, Morpheus is on him, pinning him into an iron grip. In the crawl space, Trinity tries to scramble up past Cypher.
Yes.
Trinity, you must get Neo out. Do you understand? He's all that matters.
Neo suddenly glimpses what is happening, but is powerless to stop it.
No! Morpheus! Don't do it!
Trinity, go!
Trinity's fists ball in frustration. She yells down to APOC.
We can't leave him. We can't just leave him.
We have to. Go!
She grabs his ankle, and they begin almost falling, using the lath as a brake, skidding down the inside of the wall. Interior, basement, day. This part of the basement, a dark concrete cavern, was the main mechanical room. There are 4 enormous boilers, dinosaur-like technology that once popped hot water like arteries. Soldiers' blinding lights cut open the darkness as Trinity, Neo, and the others crash through the ceiling. Around them they hear a chorus of short, sharp coughs of grenade launchers from gas-masked figures. Smoke blossoms from the green metal canisters. Trinity never stops moving. Searching the floor, she finds what she needs, the cover of the catch basin. Cypher watches her pry open the gate when a gas can bounces near him. Cypher seems to trip as a cloud envelopes him. Trinity watches Cypher disappear into the hole, then follow the others down the wet black hole. Interior, room 608, day. Morpheus and Agent Smith remain on the ground, locked in each other's death grip.
The great Morpheus! We meet at last!
And you are?
Smith. I am Agent Smith.
You all look the same to me.
Agent Smith counters
Anti-Italian discrimination.
Agent Smith counters Morpheus and slowly begins to pry his hands from his throat. Striking like a viper, Morpheus drives a vicious headbutt into Agent Smith's face. His nose and glasses shatter. Agent Smith, unfazed, smiles, blood oozing from the shattered bridge of his nose, and returns Morpheus's headbutt with 3 of his own in pneumatic succession. Morpheus staggers back, his body going slack when another kick buries him deep into crunching plaster and lath. Morpheus turns in time to see a wall of men in the doorway.
Take him.
The wall of cups rushes Morpheus, filling the tiny bathroom until he disappears under the tide. Interior, main deck, Tank reaches out to the screen as if reaching for Morpheus.
No!
Exterior, street, day. A manhole cover cracks open. 2 eyes peek out just as a truck rattles over it. The thunder dopplers away, and the cover opens. Trinity climbs out. Interior, main deck. Truck is again at the monitors, searching the matrix when the phone rings.
Operator?
I need an exit, fast!
I'm so close.
Cypher?
Exterior, street, day. Cypher is standing at a public phone. Across the street is the burning paddy wagon that appears to have collided with an oncoming car.
There was an accident! A goddamn car accident! All of a sudden, boom! Jesus, someone up there still likes me!
I got you.
Just get me out of here!
Hold on. Okay, so your nearest exit is gonna be Franklin and Erie. It's an old TV repair shop.
Cypher hangs up and smiles as we hear fire trucks in the distance.
An actor, definitely.
Interior, main deck. The phone rings. Tank answers.
Hi.
Tank, it's me.
Exterior, street, day. All 4 are moving quickly down a back street.
Ask him if Morpheus is still alive.
Is Morpheus still alive, Tank?
Yeah, they're moving him. I don't know where yet. I'll let you know as soon as I do. All right.
Tank, I wish you would take this more seriously.
I'm taking it as seriously as I can.
He's gotta be alive.
Again, inevitability seems to cinch around Neo.
We need an exit.
So you're not actually that far from Cypher.
Cypher? I thought...
Cypher?
Yeah, so did we. So I had him go to unlock the tab. Franklin and Erie.
Got it.
Exterior, TV repair shop, day. In a deserted alley, Cypher steps onto a dumpster in front of a small boarded-up window. Interior, TV repair shop, day. Dead machines, eviscerated and shrouded with dust, lay on metal shelves like bodies in a morgue. Plywood covering a small window is ripped off, and Cypher crawls inside. Deep in the back room, a phone that has not rung in years begins to ring. Exterior, street, day. Trinity sees the TV repair shop. Interior, main deck. Tank punches the exit command.
Got him.
Cypher's body twitches in its harness, jerking itself awake. Interior, TV repair shop, day. Neo crawls through the window that Cypher opened. Interior, main deck. Tank finishes loading the exit program as Cypher pulls back to a heavy blanket, exposing a high-tech rifle. Interior, repair shop, day. The phone begins to ring as the others crawl in.
Okay,
God,
we're
I
crawling
love that
in.
sound.
We're crawling in.
Interior, main deck. Suddenly, a white bolt of lightning explodes against Tank's chair, blasting him into the air. Cypher checks the gun, unable to believe what he missed.
Hold on, shit! Gun's not loaded yet.
Tank is on his feet, lunging when Cypher fires again, square into his chest.
No!
Interior. Interior, repair shop, day. The phone is still ringing.
You go first, Neo.
Neo answers the phone when there's a click. There is no signal. Nothing but silence.
What happened?
I don't know. It just went dead.
Trinity listens to the dead line and takes out the cellular. Interior, main deck. The operator phone begins to ring. Cypher steps over the sizzling body of Dover and looks at the monitor. Interior, TV repair shop, day. Every unanswered ring, rings are gotten to a little tighter until...
Hello, Trinity.
Cypher? Where's Tank?
He had, we'll say, an accident.
An accident?
What?
Interior, main deck. He walks over to Trinity's body, staring down at it, hanging in its coma-like stillness.
You know, for a long time I thought I was in love with you, Trinity. I used to dream about you.
He nuzzles
You're
his
a
face
beautiful
against
woman.
hers.
Too bad things had to work out like this.
Said, I hope you're not hanging over my body in my coma-like stillness, okay? Did you kill him?
What?
Oh, God.
Wearing Tank's operator headgear, Cypher moves along the silent bodies.
I'm tired, Trinity. I'm tired of this war. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of this ship, of being cold, of eating the same goddamn goo every day. But most of all, I'm tired of this jagoff and all his bullshit.
Cypher leans down, talking to Morpheus.
Surprise, asshole. But you never saw this coming, did you? God, I wish I could be there when they break you. I wish I could walk in just as it happens. So right then, you'd know it was me.
Oh my God. Morpheus. You gave them Morpheus.
He lied to us, Trinity. He tricked us. If he would have told us the truth, we would have told him to shove that red pill up his ass.
That's not true, Cypher. He set us free.
Free? You call this free? All I do is what he tells me to do. If I have to choose between that and the Matrix, I choose the Matrix, baby.
It's even real.
Oh, I disagree, Trinity. I disagree. I think the Matrix can be real even more than this world. I mean, all I do is pull a plug here, but there, you have to watch a man die.
She looks up at APOC, her face going white. Trinity! He grabs hold of the cable on APOC's neck, twists it, and yanks it out.
Yeah, welcome to the real world, eh, baby?
APOC seems to go blind for a minute, a scream caught in his throat, his hands reaching for nothing, and then falls dead. Ever been murdered?
No!
That character we all cared about and was present and we had so many memories with. I can't believe it. He's dead.
You can't go back.
That's what you think. They promised to take me back. They're gonna reinsert my body. I'll go to sleep, and when I wake up, I'll be fat and rich, and I won't remember a goddamn thing. It's the American dream.
He laughs, his hand sliding over the edge as he takes hold of her plug.
By the way, if you have anything terribly important to say to Switch, I suggest you say it now.
Come on, man, don't.
Switch,
Fucking
no!
don't.
Trinity
like
eyes find Switch, and she knows she's next.
Not like
You
this.
late.
She suddenly feels her body severed from her mind as she is murdered.
Don't hate me, Trinity. I'm just the messenger. And right now, I'm gonna prove it to yous.
He stands over Neo.
If Morpheus is right, then there's no way I can pull this plug, is there?
She turns to Neo, eyes wide with fear, and he knows he is next.
If Neo is the one, then in the next few seconds there has to be some kind of miracle to stop me, right? But how can he be the one if he's dead?
He takes hold of the cord.
You never did answer me, Trinity. When I asked you before, did you buy Morpheus's bullshit? Come on, you can tell me, did you? All I want is a little yes or no. Look into his eyes, Trinity, those big, pretty eyes, and tell me the truth. Yes or no?
Trinity stares at Neo as a single word falls soundlessly from her lips.
Uh-huh.
No!
Charred and bloody, Tank levels the gun.
This is Tank. I don't know where Tank went.
believe it.
Believe it or not, you piece of shit, you're still going to burn!
He fires a
Get him.
crackling bolt of lightning that knocks Cypher flying backwards. Interior, TV repair shop. Trinity throws her arms around Neo, and for a moment, they are alone and alive until the phone rings. Interior, main deck. Trinity's eyes snap open, a sense of relief surging through her at the sight of the ship. As Tank unplugs her, she sees his charred wounds.
Tank, you're hurt.
I'll be all right.
Dozer?
Tank's face tightens, and she takes him into her arms. Exterior, government building, day. A government high-rise in the middle of downtown where a military helicopter sets down on the roof. Agent Jones gets out of the helicopter, flanked by columns of Marines. They open the roof access door and enter the top floor maintenance level of the hotel. Interior, executive office, day. Agent Smith stands, staring at the windows of the city below, shimmering with brilliant sunlight.
I'm just gonna walk over to the window. Look out at the brilliant sun. I'll be there in just a sec. You wait, you ain't going to nowhere, Morpheus.
I'm in no hurry. I'm just vibing. How you say vibing right now?
Yes, don't worry. We just did a high-tech vibe check and you passed. Have you ever stopped and stared at it all, Morpheus? Marveled at its beauty, its genius. Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious.
Morpheus is handcuffed to a chair, stripped to the waist. He is alternately shivering and sweating, wired to various monitors with white disc electrodes. Beside him, Agent Brown sucks a serum from a glass vial, filling a hypodermic needle.
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world, where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost.
Agent Brown jams the needle into Morpheus' shoulder and plunges down.
Some believed we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world. But I believe that, as a species, human beings define their reality through suffering and misery.
Agent Brown studies the screen as the life signs react violently to the injection.
The perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from, which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this. The peak of your civilization, 1997.
He turns from the window.
I say your civilization because as soon as we started thinking about you, it really became our civilization, which is, of course, what this is all about.
He sits down directly in front of Morpheus.
Evolution, Morpheus. Evolution.
He lifts Morpheus' head.
Like the dinosaur. Look out at the window. You had your time.
Morpheus stares hard at him, trying not to show the pain racking his mind.
The future is our world, Morpheus. The future is our time.
Agent Smith looks at Agent Brown.
Double the dosage. Could there be some sort of problem?
Interior, main deck. Tank drapes a sheet over his dead brother. The other bodies are covered. Neo looks at Morpheus, whose body is covered with a cold sweat.
Can you tell me again what they're doing to him? He looks so in pain.
Yeah, so they're messing up with his mind and stuff. They're breaking into it, you know? You know how, like, you get a computer, you can hack a computer, they're hacking his mind like a computer. It's going to take some time, and that's all it takes is time.
Mm-hmm. And in these bags, that's our friends, who are fallen friends, and also Cypher, who is our foe. Is that right?
Yeah, kind of disrespectful to do it like that with the Adidas branding and everything, but, you know.
Well, you did it. We weren't here. That's your work.
Okay, yeah, well, you know, every single leader of every ship is given the codes to Zion's mainframe computer. Yeah? If an agent had those codes and got inside Zion's main, you know what they could frickin' do? They could bada bang us. Straight up.
He looks up at Trinity, who is pacing relentlessly.
Can't let them frickin' bada bang us, Trinity. Zion is more important to me, or you, or even Morpheus.
Trinity sees Cypher's dead body. Rage overtakes her and she kicks him.
Damn it! God damn it!
There's gotta be something we can do.
Yeah, there is. We have to pull the freaking plug.
You're gonna kill him? You're gonna kill Morpheus?
Yes, in Trinity. What do you want me to say?
Interior, government building. Morpheus is fighting to hold his mind together. The agents stand over him.
Once again, I'm simply vibing.
Never send a human to do a machine's job.
If indeed the insider has failed, they will soon sever the connection as soon as possible, unless...
They are dead.
They are dead. Oh, no, you go, Jones. You go, sorry.
Well, I mean, I agree. They are dead. In either case.
We have no choice but to continue as planned. Deploy the Sentinel immediately.
Interior, main deck. Tank kneels beside Morpheus' body. Neo suddenly sees it perfectly clear, fate rushing at him like an oncoming train.
You hold on. Let me grab his little thingy. Morpheus, it's still plugged in though. Morpheus, you were more than our leader. You were a father. We will love you and miss you always. Oh, I'm crying now.
Trinity can't bear to watch. As she closes her eyes, her tears slip free. Tank closes his eyes and takes hold of the plug. Neo is paralyzed. His whole life is suddenly suspended by the finality of this moment, hurling at him with the speed of a bullet.
Stop. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop
They both
it.
look at him.
God damn it. I don't believe this is happening.
Well, Neo, it is, and, we gotta do this, you know?
Does it? I don't think so. It can't just be coincidence. It can't be. Could it be coincidence?
What are you talking about?
The Oracle. She told me this would happen. She told me I must stare at Morpheus for this.
What the hell are you saying?
The Oracle told me I would have to make a choice.
What choice?
He makes his choice. Turning, he walks to his chair.
What are you doing?
I'm going in.
You can't.
I have to. I just said.
Morpheus sacrificed himself so we could get you out. There's no way you're going back in there.
Morpheus did what he did because he believed that I'm something I'm not.
What?
I'm not the one, Trinity. The Oracle hit me with that too.
Trinity is stunned.
No, you have to be.
I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm just another guy. Morpheus is the one that matters.
Neo, that's not true. It can't be true.
Why?
Because...
Uncertainty swallows her words, and she is unable to tell him what she wants to.
All right. Neo, I'm not laughing, but, this is local. They've got Morpheus in a military building. You know what that is? That means that the military, army guys, operators at the highest degree, they control the building. Even if you somehow got inside, those are agents holding him there. That's what the capital A, 3 of them. I want Morpheus back too. But you were talking about a suicido.
I know that's what it looks like, but actually, it's not. I can't logically explain to you why it's not. Morpheus believed something, and he was ready to give his life for what he believed. I understand that now, and that's why I have to go.
Why?
Because I believe in something.
What?
I believe I can bring him back.
Trinity stares at him, hovering on the edge that he just jumped off. Her jaw sets, and she starts climbing into the chair beside him.
Let's go.
I'm coming with you.
In the Matrix, we say this is poggers. No, you're not. You're staying here.
No? Okay, no. Let me tell you what I believe. I believe Morpheus means more to me than he does to you. I believe that if you are serious about saving him, that you're going to need my help. And since I am the ranking officer on this ship, if you don't like it, then I can believe you could go to hell because you aren't going anywhere else.
There is nothing more to say except...
Tank, load us up.
Interior. Executive office. Day. Agent Smith sits casually across from Morpheus, who is hunched over, his body leaking and twitching.
I'd like to share a revelation that I have had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species. I've realized that you are not actually mammals.
The life signs continue their chaotic patterns.
Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to an area and you multiply and multiply until every natural resource is consumed, and the only way you can survive is to spread to another area.
He leans forward.
There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You are a plague, and we are the cure.
Interior. Construct. Neo and Trinity stand in the white space of the construct as he answers his ringing cell phone.
Okay, what do you need? Besides a miracle. Yeah, what do you... Yeah, I'll just, I'm looking, I got so many freaking discs here, dude. I can get you, he's a hot girl, he's a hot guy, some other people. This is the president.
Do you have an anime girl? Do you have Hatsune Miku?
I have Jair Bolsonaro.
Want that?
We need guns. We need guns and lots of guns.
Interior, main deck. Neo and Trinity's bodies hang motionless in their drive chairs as tank hits load. Interior, construct. Racks of weapons appear and they begin to arm themselves.
No one has ever done anything like this.
He snapcocks an Uzi.
That's why it's gonna work.
Interior, executive office, day. Agent Smith is again at the window.
Where is he? There he is.
Why isn't the serum working?
Perhaps, sir, we are asking the wrong questions.
Agent Smith hides his nodding fist. He is becoming angry. It is something that isn't supposed to happen to agents.
Leave me with him.
Agent Brown and Jones look at each other.
And now!
They leave, and Agent Smith sits behind Morpheus.
Can you hear me, Morpheus? I'm going to be honest with you.
He removes his earphone, letting it dangle over his shoulder.
I hate this place. This zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it. I cannot stand it any longer. It's the smell. If there is such a thing, I feel saturated by it. I can taste your stink, and every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by it.
He wipes sweat from Morpheus's forehead, coating the tips of his fingers, holding them to Morpheus's nose.
Repulsive, isn't it?
He lifts Morpheus's head, holding it tightly with both hands.
I must get out of here. I must be free. In this mind is the key. My key.
Morpheus sneers through his pain.
Sneer.
Once Zion is destroyed, there is no need for me to be here. Do you understand? I need the codes. I have to get inside Zion. You have to tell me how.
He begins squeezing, his fingers gouging into his flesh.
You are going to tell me, or you are going to die. Be whacked, eh?
Interior, main deck. Tank sits down beside Morpheus. His fate is ashen, like someone near death. He takes hold of his hand.
Hold on, Morpheus. We're coming for you. They're coming.
Exterior, government building, day. A dark wind blows. Interior, government building, day. In long black coats, Trinity and Neo push through the revolving doors. Neo is carrying a duffel bag. Trinity has a large metal suitcase. They cut across the lobby to the security station, drawing nervous glances. Dark glasses, game faces. Neo calmly passes through the metal detector, which begins to wail immediately. A security guard moves over towards Neo, raising his metal detection hand.
Hey, would you please remove any metallic items you carry and keys or loose change?
Neo slowly sets down his duffel bag and throws open his coat, revealing an arsenal of guns, knives, and grenades slung from a climbing harness.
Holy shit!
Neo was a blur of motion. In a split second, 3 guards are dead before they hit the ground. A 4th guard dives for cover, clutching his radio.
Backup! Send in the backup!
He looks up as Trinity sets off the metal detector. It is the last thing he sees. The backup arrives, a wave of soldiers blocking the elevators. The concrete cavern of the lobby becomes a white noise roar of gunfire. Slight walls and pillars pock, crack, and crater under a hailstorm of explosive tip bullets. They are met by the quivering spit of a sub-hand machine gun and the razored whistle of throwing knives. Weapon-like extensions of their bodies are used with the same deadly precision as their feet and their fists.
You gotta use the pillars. Trinity, you gotta use the pillars. You see there's a lot of pillars in this room, and you can use them for cover. You need to use them strategically. It seems like you got it, though. You see, you're rolling around. You're doing great.
Bodies slump to the marbled floor while Neo and Trinity hardly even break their stride. Interior, executive office. Agents Jones and Brown burst into the room. Agent Smith releases Morpheus. Agent Smith listens to his earphone, not believing what he is hearing. Interior, elevators, day. They get in. Trinity immediately drops and opens the suitcase, wearing her plastic and napalm bomb. Neo hits the emergency stop. He pulls down part of the false ceiling and finds elevator shaft access panels. Interior, executive office, day. Agent Jones looks at Morpheus.
I think they're trying to save him.
Interior, elevator shaft, day. Neo ratchets down a clamp onto the elevator cable. Both of them lock on. He looks up the long dark throat of the building and takes a deep breath.
There is no spoon.
Neo whips out his gun and presses it to the cable, lower than they attached themselves. Boom! The cable snaps. The counterweights plummet, yanking Trinity and Neo up through the shaft as the elevator falls away beneath them, distending space, filling it with the sound of a whistling metal as they sear to the top. Interior, lobby, day. The elevator hits bottom. Ba-boom! The massive explosion blows open the doors, fire clouds engulfing the elevator section of the lobby. Interior, executive office, day. The agents hear the blast of the fire alarms.
Lower level.
They are actually attacking.
Another enormous explosion thunders above them, shaking the building. The alarm sounds. Emergency sprinklers begin showering the room. Agent Smith smashes the table.
Find them and destroy them!
Agent Jones nods and touches his earpiece. Exterior, roof, day. The roof access tower is now engulfed in flames as Neo and Trinity stand amongst a pile of their fallen enemies. Across the roof, the pilot inside the army helicopter watches the last of their ferocious onslaught.
Ripeto, siamo sotto attacco.
Suddenly his whole body dissolves, consumed by spreading, locust-like swarm of static as Agent Jones emerges. Just as she drops the final Marine, Trinity sees what's coming. Neo sees her, the fear in her face, and he knows what is behind him. Screaming, he whirls, guns filling his hands with thought speed. Fingers pumping. Shells ejecting, dancing up and away. We look through the sights in the gun smoke at the agent blurred with motion, until the hammers click against the empty metal.
Trinity!
Agent Jones charges.
Help!
His gun booms as we enter the liquid space of bullet time. The air sizzles with...
It's like a Jackie Chan movie out there.
The air sizzles with wads of lead, like angry flies as Neo twists, bends, ducks just between them. Agent Jones, still running, narrows the gap, the bullets coming faster until Neo, bent impossibly back, one hand on the ground as a spiraling gray ball shears open his shoulder. He starts to scream as another digs a red groove across his thigh.
Ow.
He only has time to look up, to see Agent Jones standing over him, raising his gun a final time.
Only human.
Suddenly, Agent Jones stops. He hears a sharp metal click. Immediately, he whirls around and turns straight into the muzzle of Trinity's .45, jammed tight to his head.
Fuck your mother.
Oh, mamma mia!
Boom, boom, boom! The body flies back with a flash of mercurial light, and when it hits the ground, it is the pilot. Trinity helps Neo up.
Neo, how did you do that?
Do what?
You moved like they moved. You were like an octopus. It was ridiculous. I've never seen anybody move that fast.
It wasn't fast enough, and also you shot him in the head.
He checks his shoulder wound.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Come on, come on. We gotta keep moving.
Neo sees the helicopter.
Hey, can you fly that thing?
Not yet.
She pulls out the cellular phone. Interior, hovercraft. Tank is back at the controls.
Operator.
Tank, I need a pilot program for a military B-212 helicopter.
Tank is immediately searching the disk drawers.
Hurry the fuck up, man.
His fingers flash gleaming laser discs, finding one that he feeds into Trinity's supplement drive, punching the load commands on her keyboard. Exterior, roof, day. Trinity's eyes flutter as information surges into her brain. All the essentials of flying a helicopter absorbed at light speed.
Fugazi, let's go!
Interior, executive office, day. Agent Jones throws open the door and enters, walking through the puddles pooling in the carpet. Over the rushing water and alarms, Agent Smith hears a sound and understands the seriousness of the attack. He turns to the wall of windows as the helicopter drops into view. Neo is in the back bay, aiming the mounted .50 machine gun.
No!
The gun jumps and bullets explode through the window in a cacophony of crashing glass as the agents go for their weapons. But Neo is too close. The 50 caliber too fast, and bullets are everywhere, perforating the room. Agent Jones is hit first, his body jackknifing back, blood arcing out with sudden flash of light. Then Agent Brown, his gun still firing as his body falls. And finally, Agent Smith. Neo stares at Morpheus, trying to will him into action.
Get up, Morpheus! Get up! Morpheus!
Neo grabs the climbing rope and attaches one end to his harness. Interior, hall, day. Just outside the executive office, 3 Marines blister with snow static. Interior, executive office, day. Slowly, Morpheus lifts his face into the room's rain. When he finally opens his eyes, they are again dark and flashing with fire. He rises from the chair, snapping his handcuffs just as the agents enter the adjoining room. Agent Smith stops and sees Morpheus run past the open door.
No!
He fires, sweeping across the sheet-walked wall in a perfect line. For an instant, we see the bullet shred, puncturing the wall, searing through the wet air with jet trails of chalk. And as Morpheus starts to dive for the window, a bullet buries itself in his leg, knocking him off balance.
He won't make it!
Morpheus lunges, out of control, as Neo spins, every move a whip crack, snapping the other rope end onto a bolted bar as Morpheus begins to fall. When Neo hurls himself into the wide blue empty space, flying for a moment, the rope sneaking up behind him, an umbilical cord attached to a machine.
I got you!
As their 2 bodies set in motion, rushing at each other at a seemingly magnetic course until they collide, almost bouncing free of each other, arms, legs scrambling, hands searching in furious desperation.
One of the worst days of my life.
I got you, buddy. We're gonna go. We're good. Everything is fine.
Until the line ends, snapping taut, cracking their fragile embrace. Morpheus tumbles, legs flipping over, falling down. The ground deliriously distant as Neo snatches hold of his mentor's still handcuffed wrist.
Gotcha.
Exterior, government building, day. Trinity pulls the copter up and away as Agent Smith stands in the shattered window, aiming his gun out through the curtain of rain. Ponk, ponk, ponk. The rear hull is punched full of
We're
holes.
ponking.
The rear hull is punched full of holes, and smoke and oil pour out like black blood.
No, you're not supposed to do that to helicopters!
Neo hears the helicopter begin to die.
Shit! No! Oh. Uh-oh!
Trinity throws the helicopter towards the roof of the nearest building. Morpheus and Neo cling to one another as they and the machine above them begin to fall. The engine grinds, the chopping blades start to slow while Trinity guides the parabolic fall over the nearest roof where Neo and Morpheus drop safely, rolling free as the rope goes slack. Neo gets to his feet, trying to detach himself, but the helicopter is falling too fast, arcing over the roof like a setting sun. The coils of black snap taut, yanking Neo off his feet, dragging him with ferocious speed towards the edge even as Trinity lunges for the back door, her gun in one hand, grabbing for the rope with the other. Neo flies like a skipping stone, hurtling at the parapet when his feet hit the rain gutter and he levels just as Trinity fires, severing the cord from the helicopter, falling free of it as it smashes, blades first, into a glass skyscraper. Holding onto the rope, she swings, connected to Neo, who stands on the building's edge watching her arc beneath him as the helicopter explodes. She bounces back against a shatterproof window that spider cracks out while flames erupt behind her. Interior, main deck. Tank stares at the screen, his mouth agape.
Poggers! I knew it! He's the one!
Exterior, rooftop, day. Neo pulls Trinity up into his arms. Both shaking, they hold each other again.
Do you believe it now, Trinity?
Trinity looks at Neo.
Morpheus, the Oracle. She told me.
She told you exactly what you needed to hear. That's all. Sooner or later, Neo, you are going to realize, just like I did, the difference between knowing a path and walking a path.
Interior, main deck. The phone rings.
Tank.
Goddamn, it's good to hear your voice, sir.
We need an exit.
All right, hold on. Can you take the subway? If you can, State and Balbo.
Okay, we're on our way.
Exterior, rooftop, day. We rush at the roof access door as it suddenly slams open and the 3 agents charge out. But Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus are already gone.
So many stairs up to this roof, eh?
It's really far away.
I wish they didn't break the elevator.
Oh, damn it, mamma mia!
The trace was completed.
We have their position.
Sentinels are standing by.
Order the strike.
Agent Smith can't stand listening to them. He moves to the edge of the building, looking out at the surrounding city.
They're not out yet.
Interior, subway station, day. An old man sits hunched in the far corner of the station, shadows gathered around him like blankets. Mumbling, he nurses from a bottle of Thunderbird when a phone begins to ring. Neo leads Trinity and Morpheus bounding over a set of turnstiles towards the ringing phone inside a graffiti-covered booth. Morpheus gets in and answers the phone. Lost in the shadow, the old man watches Morpheus disappears, his phone dropping, dangling by its cord. His eyes grow wide, glowing white in the dark. Exterior, rooftop, day. Agent Smith stares, his face twisted with hate. He will never be free of the Matrix. He starts...
Nor will we.
He starts to turn from the edge of the building when he suddenly hears it, his head whipping back around, staring. Interior, subway. Old man's point of view, day. Through the old man's eyes as the world begins to rumble. Trinity hangs up the phone, which then turns to Neo.
Neo, listen, okay, I get this whole time I've had to tell you something. I don't know what it means, or even if it matters, but I feel like now is definitely the time that I need to say it to you.
The rumble grows, the ground beginning to shake.
Okay, I've never told anyone this before, and I think I've been afraid to.
Behind her, the phone begins to ring.
Do you want to get that?
Fucking hold on. When I went to the Oracle, she told me that I was gonna fall in love, but
the rumble rises, drowning her
you.
voice. Neo is drawn towards her, their lips close enough to kiss, when a train blasts into the station. For a moment, they are frozen by the strobing lights of the train until Neo whispers in her ear.
Promise me you'll tell me the rest later?
She nods as he closes the booth. The phone rings once more before she lifts the receiver when, in the darkness of the far corner, Neo sees the old man in the flashing trainlight as he becomes Agent Smith, raising a fistful of black gunmetal. The gun fires, the bullet flying at her, bursting through the plastic window just as Trinity disappears.
Well, that's fortunate.
The handset hanging in the air as the bullet hits, shattering the earpiece. Interior, hovercraft. Trinity blinks, shivering as her conscience exits the construct.
Neo!
Yeah, what the hell just happened?
An agent! Listen, you have to send me back!
Yeah, no can do, Trini.
Interior, subway station, day. The destroyed phone dangles in its empty booth. Neo turns to Agent Smith, whose gun stares at him like a third eye.
Signore Anderson.
Interior, main deck. Morpheus and Trinity stand behind tank, riveted to the scrolling code.
Neo, you gotta run.
Interior, subway station, day. Neo looks at the dead escalator that rises up behind him. Slowly he turns back, and in his eyes we see something different. Something fixed and hard, like a gunfighter's resolve. There is no past or future in these eyes. There is only what is. Interior, main deck. Trinity is unable to understand.
He's beginning to believe.
Interior, subway station, day. Neo whip-draws his gun with flashpoint speed of lightning as Smith opens fire. Gun report thunders through the underground, both men blasting, moving at his impossible speed. For a blinking moment, we enter bullet time.
Hell yeah!
Gun flash tongues curl from Neo's gun. Bullets float forward like a plane moving across the sky. Cartridges cartwheel into space. An instant later, they are nearly on top of each other, rolling up out of a move that is almost a mirrored reflection of the other. Each jamming their gun tight to the other's head, they freeze in a kind of embrace, Neo sweating, panting, Agent Smith the machine calm. Agent Smith smiles.
You are empty.
Hey, so are you, pal.
The smile falls. Agent Smith yanks his trigger. Click. Agent Smith's face warps with and he attacks, fist flying at furious speed, blows and counters, Neo retreating as A knife hand opens his forearm, and a kick sends him slamming back against the steel column. Stunned, he dunks just under a punch that crunches into the beam, steel chunks exploding like shrapnel. Behind him, Neo leaps into the air, delivering a neck-snapping reverse roundhouse. Agent Smith's glasses fly off, and he stares at Neo, his eyes ice blue.
I'm going to enjoy watching you die, Senora Anderson. You and your little cat, too.
Agent Smith attacks with unrelenting fury, fist pounding Neo like jackhammers.
Ow! 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 It hurts!
Interior, hovercraft. Trinity watches Neo as his body jerks, mouth coughing blood, his life signs going wild.
This is fucked up. He's killing him. He's fucking killing him.
I'm bad
Interior,
at this.
subway station, day. Agent Smith grabs hold of him, lifting him into the air, hurling him against the curved wall of the train tunnel, where he falls, inches from the electrified third rail. The agent is about to jump down and press his attack when he hears something. From deep in the tunnel, like an animal cry. A burst of high-speed metal grinding against metal. The sound of an oncoming train. Neo tries to get up. Agent Smith jumps down onto the tracks and drop kicks him in the face.
Ow.
The world again begins to shake, rumbling as the train nears. Agent Smith grabs Neo in a chokehold.
Anderson?
Agent Smith grabs Neo in a chokehold, forcing him to look down the tracks, the train's headlight burning a hole in darkness.
That is the sound of inevitability.
Neo sees it coming, and he starts to fight.
It is the sound of your death.
There is another metal screech, much louder, closer, as Agent Smith tightens his hold. Neo is unable to breathe.
Ciao, in this case meaning goodbye, Senora Anderson.
The train roars at them, swallowing Agent Smith's words. The veins bulge in Neo's head as he grits through the pain. He's not ready to die.
My name is Neo!
Did you say Neil or Neo?
My name is Neo!
Impossibly, he hurls himself straight up, smashing Smith against the concrete ceiling of the tunnel. They fall as the sound and fury of the train explodes onto the station. Neo backflips up off the tracks just as the train barrels over Agent Smith. Neo stands, knees shaking, when the train slams on its emergency brake. With an ear-splitting shriek of the tortured rails, the train slows, part of it still in the station. Neo turns, limping, starting to run, racing for the escalator. As the train comes to a stop, and the doors of the last car open, Agent Smith bursts out into furious pursuit. Glasses again intact. Interior, hovercraft. Tank searches the Matrix.
What's happened?
I don't know. I lost him.
I'm on the run.
He's on the run.
Suddenly, a siren sounds.
Ah, shit. It's the primary antagonist. Sorry.
Morpheus bolts onto the ladder. Interior, cockpit. Morpheus climbs into the cockpit. On the hologram radar, he sees the Sentinels.
This is fucked.
Trinity's behind him.
How long?
5 minutes, maybe 6.
Morpheus lifts the headset.
Tank, charge the EMP.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you can't use that till Neil's out, all right?
I know, Trinity. Don't worry. He's going to make it.
Exterior, city street, day. A businessman walks along the sidewalk, wheeling and dealing into his cell phone when it disappears, snatched by Neo as he flashes by.
What the shit? Hey, my phone! Fafangu!
The man turns to call for help, and when he turns back, it is Agent Smith. Neo is in a full-out sprint, spinning and weaving away from every pedestrian, every potential agent. He flips open the cell phone and dials long distance. Interior, hovercraft. Tank answers.
I'm roaming.
Operator.
I'm hauling ass. Get me back on the ship. Get me off this crazy thing.
Exterior, city street, day. Neo dives down an alley. Agent Smith starting to gain.
Hurry, Tank. I got some serious pursuit.
Interior, hovercraft. The keyboard is clicking. Tank searches for an exit. Trinity screams into the headset.
Yo, get your little twink ass back here!
Exterior, alley. Agent Smith drops and takes aim.
running really hard. I'm trying, Trinity. I'm trying.
A bullet shatters the image of Neo in a truck's rear view mirror. Interior. Main
Some
deck.
movie making. Some serious movie making's happening right now.
Tank speed reads the of the Matrix code. Sorry, I'm like
exhausted.
I got a patch on an old exit. Wabash and Lake.
Running. Okay, thank you.
A hotel, room 303.
Perfect.
Exterior, open market. Neo, sorry, spins away, turning, and finds himself in an open market that teems with people.
Look at all these people.
He kamikazes his way down the little avenues lined with vendors and shops, careening through the labyrinth, out of control. And at every turn there is an agent appearing from crowds, behind fish counters, tent flaps, and crates.
They're everywhere.
Exterior, alley. He dives from the maze down a service alley, but it's a dead end. Neo turns back as agents emerge from the market.
Help, I need a little help. I'm freaking out.
Interior, main deck. Tank frantically scans the monitor like a road map.
The door.
Oh.
Exterior, alley. Neo dives through it, but...
It's locked.
Why would that stop you? You just kick it. What the hell is wrong with you?
You need to tell me what to do.
Peeling back, Neo almost kicks the door from its hinges, lunging from the agent's bullets. Interior, apartment building, staircase. Neo springs up the old crooked apartment building stairs.
Sweating.
Interior, apartment building, hall. He is halfway down the hall, running in sharp, long strides when the door explodes open at the end.
Ah, shit. You're gonna want to go
left. You cut out. Hello.
Left.
Thank you.
No, the other left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He whirls back to this other left, battering through the door, which splinters, perforated by bullets. An old woman watches TV as Neo blurs past her and into her kitchen, where another woman is chopping vegetables.
What's going on here?
That window there.
Neo throws it open, leaping for the fire escape just as a knife buries itself in the window casing.
So you're gonna go down here.
Exterior, apartment building, fire escape. Tumbling down the rattling fire escape, Neo leaps the last 10 feet into the alley below, with Agent Brown right behind him. Neo scrapes himself to his feet, broken and bleeding, charging for the end of the alley. Interior, main deck. Finger on the monitor, Tank traces Neo's path.
Okay, so that's it. You're almost there. At the end of the alley, you want to just head on over to that.
You read faster.
Yeah.
You needed a sense of urgency.
Listen, I'm working with a lot of technology here.
Exterior, heart of the city hotel, day. Agent Smith suddenly pauses, as if recognizing something. The faded neon buzzes. Heart of the city hotel. Interior, hovercraft. Tank loads the exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a ring.
Thank you.
Do it.
Suddenly, the lights go red.
Oh no.
Morpheus looks up.
Here they come.
Exterior, sewer main. Deals open and shift like killer kaleidoscopes as they attack. Slamming down on the Nebuchadnezzar. Interior, hovercraft. The hovercraft booms down as they hit. Morpheus opens the lock on the EMP detonator. Trinity watches him.
He's going to make it.
Exterior alley, day. Neo scrambles up the fire escape, bullets sparking and ricocheting around him as Agents Brown and Jones close the gap. Interior hall, day. On the 3rd floor, he kicks in the window, jumping into the hall. The doors count backwards. 310, 309. Interior, main deck. Another system alarm sounds.
They've burned through the outer hull.
Free Neo.
I'm coming.
Interior hall, day. Neo can hear the phone ringing. 305, 304. Agent Brown reaches the broken window behind him just as Neo grabs the handle of 303, throwing open the door to find Agent Smith, waiting, 45 cocked. Neo can't move, can't think. Boom! Interior, main deck. Neo's body jerks, and everyone hears it as the life monitors snap flatline.
I don't have
Trinity
a
screams. Morpheus stumbles back in disbelief.
No, it can't be. It can't be.
Lasers suddenly sear through the main deck as the Sentinels slice open the hole. Interior, hall, day. 3 holes in his chest, Neo falls to the blue shag carpeting, blood smearing down the wallpaper. Agent Smith stands over him, still aiming, taking no chances.
Check him.
Interior, main deck. Amid the destruction raining around her, Trinity takes hold of Neo's body. Interior hall. Day. Kneeling beside him, Agent Brown checks his vital signs.
He's a gun.
Agent Smith smiles, standing over him.
Arrivederci, Signora Anderson.
Interior, main deck. In tears, Morpheus takes hold of the EMP switch. Trinity whispers into Neo's ear.
Okay, all right, okay, Neo, you gotta listen up. Okay, I promise to tell you the rest. The Oracle, she told me that I'd fall in love with that man. The man that I loved would be the one, okay? You see, you can't be dead, Neo. You can't because I love you. You hear me? We've had like 6 conversations, and I know in that time that I love you.
Her eyes close and she kisses him, believing in all her heart that he will feel her lips and know that they speak the truth. Interior, hotel hall, day. He does, and they do. His eyes snap open.
Awooga.
Interior. Interior, main deck. Trinity screams as the monitors jump back to life. Tank and Morpheus look at each other. It's a miracle.
Now get up!
Interior hall, day. Holding his chest, Neo struggles to get up. At the end of the hall, the agents wait for the elevator when Agent Smith glances back. He rips off the sunglasses, looking at Neo as if he were looking at a ghost.
Yeah,
Neo gets to his feet. All 3 agents grabbing for the guns. As one, they fire. Neo raises his hands on the bullets, like a cloud of obedient bees, slow and come to a stop.
Stop.
They hang
bees.
frozen in space, fixed like stainless steel stars. The agents are unable to absorb what they are seeing. Neo plucks one of the bullets from the air. We see him in the hall reflected in the bright casing. We move closer until the bullet fills our vision and the distorted reflection morphs, becoming the real image. He drops a bullet, and the others fall to the floor. Neo looks out, now able to see through the curtain of the Matrix. For a moment, the walls, the floor, even the agents become a rushing stream of code. Interior, main deck. All 3 stare transfixed with awe as the scrolling code accelerates faster and faster, as if the machine language was unable to keep up, or perhaps describe what was happening. They begin to blur into streaks, shimmering ribbons of light that open like windows as. Each screen fills with brilliant, saturated color images of Neo standing in the hall.
What the?
He is the one.
An explosion shakes the entire ship. Interior hall, Agent Smith screams, his calm machine-like expression shredding with pure rage.
Mamma mia!
He rushes Neo. His attack is ferocious, but Neo blocks each blow easily. Then with one quick strike to his chest, he sends Agent Smith flying backwards. For the first time since their inception, the agents know fear. Agent Smith gets up, bracing himself as Neo charges him and springs into a dive. But the impact doesn't come. Neo sinks into Agent Smith, disappearing, his tightened coat rippling as if he were a deep pool of water. Spinning around, he looks to the others and feels something, like a tremor before a quake, something deep, something that is going to change everything. Suddenly, a searing sound stabs through his earpiece as his chest begins to swell, then balloon as Neo bursts up out of him. And with a final death scream, Agent Smith explodes like an empty husk in a brilliant cacophony of light, his shards spinning away, absorbed by the Matrix until only Neo is left. Neo faces the remaining agents.
Whatever.
They look at each other, the same idea striking simultaneously. They run. Interior, main deck. Sentials are everywhere, destroying the ship.
Neo!
Interior hall. Again he hears her. He reacts to the ringing phone, rushing toward it even as interior, main deck. A sentinel descends towards Morpheus. On the screen we see Neo dive for the phone as
Ow!
Morpheus turns the key. Interior, overflow pit. A blinding shock of white light floods the chamber. Sentinels blink and fall, instantly dead, filling the pit with their cold metal carcasses. Interior, hovercraft. In the still darkness, only the humans are alive.
Neo?
His eyes open. Tears pour from her smiling eyes as he reaches up to touch her. And she kisses him. It seems like it might last forever. Fade to black. Fade in. Close on computer screen. As in the opening, the cursor beating steadily, waiting, a phone begins to ring. It is answered, and the screen fills instantly with a trace program. After a long beat, we recognize Neo's voice.
Hi. It's me. I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I imagine you can also feel me. You won't have to search for me anymore. I'm done running. Done hiding. Whether I'm done fighting, I suppose, is up to you. You can tell that I've lost my accent, and that's because I have seen through the Matrix, and I can use any accent I want. I believe deep down we both want this world to change. I believe that the Matrix can remain our cage, or it can become our chrysalis. That's what helped you. That's what you've helped me to understand. That to be free, you cannot change your cage. You have to change yourself. When I used to look out at this world, all I could see was its edges, its boundaries, its rules and controls, its leaders and laws. But now, I see another world, a different world, where all things are possible. A world of hope, of peace. I can't tell you how to get there, but I know if you can free your mind, you'll find the way.
We shoot through the holes as Neo hangs up the phone. He steps out of the phone and slides on a pair of sunglasses. He looks up, and we rise, higher and higher, until the city is miles below. After a moment, Neo blasts by us, his long black coat billowing like a black leather cape as he flies faster than a speeding bullet. Fade out. The end.
Woohoo!
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, I turned my camera back on. Oh no, I'm not here. I'm not here yet. Hide. Sorry.